Athena, always useful, obviously.
Mhm.
Live.
No,
I
you're
believe
not annoying.
Colin backed out of the deal with Otto. I thought he didn't take it. Uh, uh, so we'll assume that he kind of stepped away. Celeste, you had some time to think about anything else that you were kind of looking for from the merchant, right?
I was thinking about it. I don't think I would want anything since they were copies.
Okay. Benefits me, you guys not taking it. That being said, he kind of will be there until you guys kind of walk away, letting you guys explore around, look around the shop. He would probably sit back in the tent a bit to where he can still see you guys, but he is kind of sorting through items that he has, some wares. And I will give you guys control of the narrative.
Well, I'm leaving.
Going on. Okay. Um,
Places to be, people to see.
it's true. We don't really have anything left of interest here.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Have you received anything, or I guess, do you happen to have come across anything related to the god Balder?
You see his eye look. It kind of raises his left eyebrow. Ah, Balder. I do. I do have a variety of things related to Balder. This book on cooking with Balder. You wink say, I joke. I do have one of Balder's artifacts.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
The genuine
Well,
thing or just a copy?
I suspect it will
the
be
patron of Balder decided to make a deal with me, so it is the real one until he redeems it.
Wait. The patron of Balder?
Yes. Or she, I suppose. Young girl. Big follower of his.
Young girl.
Yes.
I thought he had
Describe
more patrons
girl.
here.
Well, patrons is a term for you guys. You can be a patron of a god and not be a patron of a god. Pointing at you guys.
I see.
You can be a worshiper of a god
Yes. Yes.
without being a patron of the god.
His biggest worshipper, he makes quotations. And he holds out a beautiful kind of I want to say it's a kind of a bracelet of rings.
Okay.
Are we already inciting?
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
So
I'm more curious on whether or not she was a genuine patron.
No. Not a genuine patron.
But the item he's presenting is genuine, not a copy. I
It is.
suspect it will be a copy.
How do I explain it? You guys look at these copies and call them counterfeits. Correct?
I mean,
You called it a counterfeit yourself.
Yeah, but when I say that it's a replica, you assume it's not as good as the original. And I assure you, nothing I sell is below authentic.
But it is below authentic.
No, my
Don't take it.
curiosity is not quality, is more of a how many of those are out there.
How many of these? None. I'm the only person that possesses.
But are you selling him the actual thing or one of your
No, this is
authentic
the
copies?
actual.
This is the
Okay.
actual. Okay.
But you will only have the actual until they have paid back what they owe.
Oh,
And
so
what do
they
they
would.
owe?
Oh, I guess so.
I think they traded 10 years
10 years of service.
of additional life.
Oh, they asked for more for 10 years.
Yes.
I would have gave
You said it was a young girl.
I
Huh?
would have gave a physical description of my daughter and asked if that's who he's talking about.
I am not talking about yours. She is an oracle, though.
But you said it was a young girl.
Yes.
Why would a young girl be so worried about trading for 10 more years of life?
Because if a
Because
young
she's-
girl is about to die, at least if she has a guaranteed 10 more years, she can't die yet.
Very correct. So when the 10 years are up, it will return to her, so she may pass with her god's artifact.
I see.
Currently, she has 7.5 years, or not 7.5, 9.5 years left.
How did she gain the 10 years?
You know where
Well,
she's
that
at.
is. I do.
Can I give 10 years of mine to her so I can have the artifact?
You want to give her an additional 10 years?
Or I guess. I don't know how I can phrase that, actually.
Umbriel's offering 10 years of her life in order to have the artifact.
Trying to buy it out.
But again, the artifact will return to her once the 10 years are up, right?
Technically, it would be 20 years if you sell 10 years of your life.
Oh, it means that instead of the artifact, she'll take the 10 years I give.
Yes, it's hers. She wanted more life. Why would I take it? I don't need it. You're
Actually, I know
just
that's how it works.
instead, at the end of her 10 years, when it should come back, it would stay with you for another 10 years. And I would be more of a mediator. So I would request 5 years of your life as compensation.
So it will cost me 15 years.
Yes.
So be it.
Very well. Sign your name upon the line. Was that a contract?
I'd like to read the fine print.
Please
Do
do. Please do, because Umbrella is not looking at it.
Fine print states that the merchant can never back out of a deal unless it endangers his own life.
Oh, meaning him.
Yes, and you, the person making the deal, can back out at any time.
But I have
For
to
you
return the
specifically, would be taking away the life you're giving her, right? So she would not know until her 10 years are up.
Agreed.
The merchant does state that he is not held accountable for any of these deals that you're making. You're making them of your own accord. He is not forcing you.
As long
He
as
is
the
not.
item is genuine.
It is very genuine.
Very well.
As you do, you feel your life force drain. Hobbs, as her life force is draining, you see that 10 years is the equivalent of the person she's giving it to. So 10 years of a human form equals the equivalent of elven form.
Ah, I see. So it was more than 10 years for me.
Yes.
Makes sense.
It does.
No. 10 years is 10 years.
It's about time. Hmm.
No, that's about perspective. 10 years is a flat thing. A second is a measurable thing. 10 years to a child is the same across all things. It's just a matter of perspective of race.
Well, to be clear, on the other end, she would get the equivalent of the elven years.
So she's getting not 10 years, she's getting. So, like, how to really put that?
So
like
Ellie's offering her basically 10 years of elven equivalency. So she
like
gets a little bit more.
100
like,
is 18
60.
in a human
Well,
year.
it's more or less. It has to deal with the
Mm.
trance and elven states of dreaming. But yeah, it's roughly around 100 that they reach maturity. But so it would be like roughly, are they receiving like 60 years of life?
I'm okay with it being she gets a better blessing out of the deal than Ellie loses.
Okay.
So that makes sense.
I just want to make sure that it wasn't like Ellie was losing 60 years, she was gaining 10 years.
Yeah, no, it's equivalent.
Okay, so Umbriel's essentially losing like 60 years, but she's gaining the 60 years. So what Umbriel perceives as like 10 years childhood would be okay, cool. Gotcha.
Yeah. So Ellie just ensured this woman or this young girl will be an adult. Yeah, she will have a family. She will get to experience life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think third part of the case is to buy a few things.
As long as that's the case.
Sure.
Because then I was thinking like, oh my god, this is so expensive.
I'm gonna take my cup.
Yeah. That's what I was like. Hold on.
I mean, you don't have to do 60 years, Ellie.
No.
You can give her the flat 10 if you'd like.
No. She would want her to have a full life.
Very well.
Basically. Well, I don't know if it's a full life, but you know.
And you also got to remember she will not get this back in her life. So this
But
is
doesn't
yours.
mean I won't return it to her.
The fine print states if she receives her item back, the deal is null and void. It's kind of like how you get to choose with the merchant whether or not you want to keep something. Does that make sense? But the second you return it, he has to give back what he has. Or
if I give it willingly.
Yeah. They would still void the contract. Like, I don't want it to seem like the merchant's deal is always great. You know what I mean? Like, if the person gets it back, the deal is null and void. Is always
Does it have to
the
be
deal.
the genuine artifact, or can it be a genuine copy?
If you guys make her a copy of it, no, it doesn't affect it. The only thing that affects it is the actual artifact.
So
she can never have this back.
Okay. So there is one more thing though. What does the item do?
It doesn't do much. It's just the importance to the individual that gives it value.
Oh.
In theory, it will grant you access to the kingdom of Freya. And I don't mean Asgard.
You know what? The reason I'm hesitant is because I don't know if that girl wants to live that long. But then again, if she doesn't want to live that long, we can always return her the artifact after the 10 years.
Well, an oracle's death is usually if it's early, it's either preordained or someone's been meddling with Python.
Okay.
And I can tell you that what was done cannot be undone by anyone except for Apollo.
Okay.
Contract stipulations and such factored. Of course, a higher power can supersede. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But Apollo is the keeper of oracles.
No, I understand.
If you wish,
So she
Go
is
ahead.
gonna go ahead and do the contract, considering that the girl did give that willingly to gain more time. I will give her more time, and if she ever chooses to no longer have that time, I can always return her the artifact. So she will go ahead and do it.
enjoy the nice surprise. And he hands you in a gift bag.
Gift bag.
Yeah, he puts it in a gift bag. He never actually touches any of it.
Ah, okay.
May your journey be well.
Thank you for your business.
No, no, no. It is on a rare occasion that someone buys something without any inherent value and gives more than it would ever be worth in the eyes of a merchant. It is a pleasant surprise to see someone give up so much for so little. Not saying the life, the quality of the item, right? The value is her. The value doesn't. The monetary value is low, is what he means.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Anyway,
do have some other things if you're traversing the desert that might be useful.
How much? Wait, no, hold on. Because an important part of your contract is you being able to return the item to the seller.
Yes,
You know where the girl is.
and now does your friend.
Inherently, Ellie knows, Umbriel knows where the
Not
Oracle.
inherently. His verbiage is strange, but it's not inherent. But he seems sincere.
maybe the artifact is connected to the girl.
No, you're
Points
connected
to
to
his
the
head.
girl.
Oh, I am.
What?
I'm gonna wear the artifact.
Very well. As you put it on,
Is it a bracelet or a necklace? What is it?
it's a bracelet of rings.
Perfect. Okay. I'm just putting it in my hand.
This is a gift from Freya to Balder. She loved jewelry and she loved Balder.
Everyone loved Balder.
Huh?
I said everyone loved Balder.
Well, that's the mother. You know what I mean? Uh,
Does anything happen, or it just looks
Alright.
pretty?
you just are in a room grander than most. It looks like an important individual lives here. You see a man working behind a desk with two assistants taking notes. You see him constantly writing and handing letters to various people. And from behind the table, you see a little set of dark brown curly hair kind of peek up, these beautiful ice blue eyes kind of peek up, and you see him kind of grin and put her head back down underneath the desk, and you hear a giggle from behind it. I told you to go play with your mother. What's she doing? Uh, Stuff that's probably not really useful for a child to know. But I want to grow up to help. I never want you in my field ever. You're more like your sister. A detective. Will I ever get to meet her?
Okay.
I do not know. I can't imagine she's avoiding you. Why would she? You have such beautiful eyes. You hear one of his assistants, and you see her, and you've met her before. Her name is Renly, Umbriel.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you're a little shithead. You see Theos raise his eyebrow. I guess you recognize the general.
Yeah.
You're a bully, Renly. Yeah, well, you can't win in tag. That's because you cheat. And he kind of looks down. You need to run along to your mother. I will be right behind you always. Promise? Always. The image shifts, and you see this little girl talking to a woman with dark hair, a leather trench coat, various gems, and little detective items upon her. Now, where's your father, little one? I don't know. You should go find her. Find him. I'm looking for you, though. Why would you be looking for me? And then she starts to notice the uncanny resemblance in... Oh. And you just see her kneel down and give her a hug. And as she does, the image changes to a young girl with no shoes on, walking through the snow. A little light piece of fur covers her body, and you see her getting pushed along. She stops back and looks in a different direction, and you see her mutter, "You promised." Move along, little one. We have things for you, things that must be done. The sooner you finish, the sooner you get home. She looks up, looking directly at you, Umbriel.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
I'm a friend. I'll find you and save you.
Are you gonna come get me?
I will. Just wait.
As you're watching, the other people kind of dressed. Their face is covered. You only see their eyes, dark brownish eyes. She's doing it again. Give her another shot.
Where are you?
I'm in the Deadlands. She's talking to someone, and you see him inject her veins. Ooh, that's the wrong one. Inject her veins with something. And as she does, you see her eyes return to normal. Brown. And as they kind of pick her up as she's falling, this one's troubling. We'll have to keep her steadily isolated. You see one of the soldiers. Isn't it weird that she's a girl, though? We have a benefactor that will prevent things. Just do your job. Where are we taking her? We only need her eyes. The best surgeons in the Deadlands. You see the guy look a little hesitant. Wait, we're gonna cut out her eyes? It's not so simple. What do you mean it's not so simple? And he kind of motions her. Is that a problem for you? Yeah, it's a big problem. And you hear someone, told you he's going to be a problem. You see this man with his skin pulled all the way back, reach into his coat pocket and pull out a rather large gun and shoot the guy in the head.
Oh shit.
Why did you do that, Disquit? Yeah, he wasn't gonna follow. You see the captain shake his head. You really are a monster. Says the guy trying to kill a kid. And the memory fades. Or the vision fades. But the last thing you would see is a frozen lake. I don't know if you're talking. If you
I'm
are, I
not
can't
talking
hear
yet,
you.
I'm just
No,
thinking.
I'm looking at the map right now. Right there. Mm, frozen
Umbriel
lake.
would reiterate what she saw, and she would look at Aris and Gunnar and ask, "Can you get a message to Theos? I think this bracelet belongs to his daughter." Or I guess belonged to his daughter.
Now you know why she wanted more life.
Yeah, she wanted to guarantee her life existence.
Oh, it doesn't guarantee from being killed. It protects her from other things. You could still be cut up, even if you have a guarantee of life.
I see.
Think of it like a monk's blessing, right? Like they're immune to disease. Maybe she asked for resistance or immunity to a poison, or to slow the effects of a poison or an ailment. Maybe decay, maybe a curse. But by no means can you buy immortality, like invulnerability from the merchant.
Of course, it's more of a default existence.
Oh.
Understand. Well, this is going to be more useful than I thought.
Everyone says that about the merchant. It's
Oh,
always the collector that gets help.
when did you come across her to make the deal?
I appear anywhere that someone happens to be, i.e., roll table.
And she was able to make the deal with you? Under watch?
Sometimes people appear more or less than they are.
Was she
She had
forced
an
to?
ally.
Ah, I see.
Not everyone's into the idea of killing an oracle.
I wonder if that ally is no longer with her.
I haven't
Okay.
seen them in some time. The best person at tracking is the tall man. And his little crystal balls.
I wonder if we can recall Rick from Yggdrasil.
Rick's not a tracker.
No? Oh, he's just an explorer? Okay.
Rick's a wanderer.
Maybe this crystal ball would be of interest then. If you're tracking down someone, perhaps the tall man can aid you. But it does come with a price. He is not a good man. He sets down a crystal ball.
Well, does anybody know who the tall man is?
No, but I also don't think that we need more on our plate. A boon, as it may be, it's tying us in with another saw how
No,
our
this is a
experience with the
communication
vampire.
device.
Crystal ball?
Yes.
Oh. Like a sending stone?
More of
And
like
what
a
does it
seeing
allow?
stone.
Seeing stone for who?
Whoever possesses these can communicate with the tall man.
And why would we want to communicate with the tall man?
Is he a good
I'm not
guy?
saying it's more of if you want to. There are other ways to track people. I was just merely representing the best option to track. And sometimes evil is necessary. Doesn't mean you have to. No one's saying, hey, take this crystal ball.
Who is considered the best surgeon in the Deadlands?
That is not something for you. You should get to them before they get there. The Grimoire of Damnation doesn't perform surgery. He dismembers. If I were you, I'd try to beat them there.
Well, do we have a fast way to get to the Deadlands from here?
There is no quick way. There's very few settlements in there.
You still at the merchant, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Do you have a copy of the Grimoire of the Veil?
I do have a copy of the Grimoire of the Veil. It is not the original, though.
I know, that's why I said copy.
I just want to be clear
Mm-hmm.
that the Grimoire of the Veil is very dangerous.
Aren't most of them?
No. For instance, the Grimoire of Happy Thoughts. It's not real, but it would be nice if it was.
I said most, not all.
Evil is a perspective. Danger is a perspective. So technically, it's only as dangerous as your curiosity ambition allows it to be.
I would say I'm pretty mild on the curiosity scale.
I'm
Oh.
sure.
Sure.
I'm trying to see if there's. What would you like in exchange? Let's see.
I would take another grimoire or equivalent quality. I would take your racial traits. Those are always valuable.
What's my thing missing?
It literally costs you nothing.
My top of my bar went missing. Well, open. I'll show you because my thing is missing.
That's a very ladylike burp.
Excuse me. I'm guessing you would.
There's your payment.
Yeah, you all.
All
I
the
called
potions.
I don't have any potions made at the moment, but scrolling through.
No, I mean all the drunk potions.
Oh. Surprise. I assume you wouldn't be interested in any unique bloods or.
No, the Grimoire of the Veil, even if it is a copy, is one of a kind. Not technically two of a kind. The Grimoire of the Veil gives you access to things that you shouldn't have as a mortal.
Let me see.
What I would like for it since you do not possess much I need, is a grimoire of equal quality, or your racial traits.
I only have this grimoire, which I am using currently, and
Deception.
that's the only one I have.
Yours has been modified with the servomancy, remember?
Oh, right. My deception ain't gonna be high to be him.
Keep in mind, I have no inclination to... Oh, it's so good. Then your racial traits will be fine. Until you return the book, I get access to your racial traits and you do not.
Like all my traits? Or
The
is
ability to change one's shape is quite valuable, especially considering of your race. It is almost perfectly a copy of of the creature you're mimicking. In a way, it's exactly the taste of magic that I enjoy. For I deal in somewhat a similar fashion when it comes to artifacts, do I not?
So
The
what if I
choice is yours.
so what if I just give him my level 3 creation?
You're asking for the grimoire of the veil. You could see on his face how serious he is.
He ain't joking.
Because I technically lose, right? Because you're going to learn regardless of having the grimoire, right?
Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I give the book back,
Well, unfortunately, you may learn of the spells, but the component to cast those spells is the grimoire.
lame.
That's the way I'm doing high-end spells. Like, there'll be some spells that are level 8 and 9 that are more damage-based and stuff, but if you want, like, reality warping spells, you need a component. The choice is yours, young one. You are gifted in magic, though this is above your means. If you don't have a taste for this kind of magic, I understand. If it's frightening. Or if you don't feel like you can handle it.
What if I give you my ability to do blood rituals?
He looks at you. I have said my price.
Okay.
Unless you can top your racial traits, which you understand how strong they are, that's why you are hesitant on this matter.
Kept me alive. So...
Huh?
Said it kept me alive.
Yeah, you're asking for the grimoire of the veil, which is inherently tied to the powers of Nyx.
Would I be able to reach you if I agree to this later?
Of course. I would also be willing. For every day you have the grimoire, I get 10 years of your service.
So instead of giving him my creation, I give him 10 years of service?
For every day you have the book.
Really? 10 years every day. That's expensive.
Well, I mean, as an ageless creature, it doesn't really... Although that can still add up. That'd be a lot of service.
If you have it for 10 days, it's 100 years.
That'd be like, well, I mean, essentially, as an ageless person, I'd pretty much be working under him for...
Forever.
Yeah.
The racial traits are the better deal.
Yeah.
But truly. I mean, truly.
You can try to barter how many years you'd have to work for him. If you'd like.
I'm trying to think what would be a good deal on years.
Maybe months. How about years?
Every day is a certain amount of months?
Okay,
Or a certain amount of years?
I mean, 10 days is 10 months, so that's a year. And
I should preface this with just so you know
Hmm.
that no matter where you go after your contract's finished, I can get to you. So if you think that you'll make a wish and go home, I'll be waiting for you at your home.
Question then.
Go ahead.
If I am employed to you, I guess you could say, would you limit my research?
No, I'd encourage it. But everything you discover becomes mine.
But if she returns the grimoire, does the service gets nullified?
No, once she returns it, then she is getting it up front for free. The back payment is this. This is a very, very interesting subject. And as I'm thinking about this, I do have another offer for you.
Mm-hmm.
I would like your firstborn.
That doesn't include Fiona, does it?
Or a clone.
Oh,
Or a clone?
well, cloning is something I was definitely interested in studying.
Mhm.
Then I will offer you my first clone created. Fiona doesn't
Not
count.
exactly. It doesn't exactly apply to like.
What do you
I
mean?
would nearly, when you see him hold out a needle, prick a finger, and we shall be done.
Oh, you would make the clone.
If you think this is the same as a magical clone, you are completely incorrect.
Well,
What?
And this will grant you, because you do not want to trade for service or your racial traits, this will grant you some time with it. But keep in mind, after a year, I would like the book back.
And then what happens to the clone after the year?
I imagine it will disperse.
Ah,
It
well,
won't live very long.
that is true. And what do you plan on doing with this clone?
Or clone of you?
Whatever my business concerns with the clone is not your own.
Well, I was just making sure nothing comes back to me like, hey, I saw you doing this thing.
They will look similar to you, but they won't be you. There'll be another version of you.
I'll shrug and hold my finger out. I already gave my blood to a vampire.
Slap her shit down.
Huh?
I'm gonna slap her hand down.
Oh, hi, Colin.
Attaboy, Colin, come and save the day.
Blood to a vampire. I was like, what's giving it to this guy too?
A lot of names have power, Celeste.
I know.
They absolutely have power, and the merchant, while he hasn't said he's evil or good, just by the deals he makes, you should know that will do whatever he wants.
I mean, I do whatever I want.
That's why I think he'd be a good enlistment to work at the merchant's store.
He won't stop me from doing his research.
No.
And so the only trade-off was I wouldn't go home. Would be the real downside, right?
If you sell yourself into service, yeah.
Well, at least until that time runs out, right?
Yeah, then you can go wherever you want.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like 10 days is 100 years.
Yeah, but Yaga said
Well,
as long as she doesn't like get killed,
mhm.
then it's like not really much to her.
Can they guarantee that?
I can't guarantee she won't be killed, but she won't die of age or disease, I assure you that. I can only do so much. I provide the level of protection equal to my ability. If
Or
for
whatever
some
you
reason...
obtain.
Huh?
Or whatever you have obtained.
True. I am not exactly a pushover, but there are beings stronger than the four. I am not even the strongest of the four. I am quite gifted. Your service will push the bounds of magic, Yaga. Beyond anyone else's, I assure you. Except for maybe my counterpart, Aron. He is the greatest mage I've ever known. So maybe you could strive to be the best mage. And unseat him from his throne.
2 years for every month? That'd be 24 years?
No. I deal in days.
Oh.
So if you'd like to trade maybe a few months for every day, I'd be more inclined.
Players. So, let's see. 3 months for what?
I'd take a certain amount of months per day, but I will not go lower. Give me a number you're comfortable with, and we'll meet in the middle.
I'm doing
Let me
that.
start. I'll do 10 months per day.
What do you intend to achieve from this partnership?
You must see that she's been touching the weaves. No?
I'm
I've
aware.
seen the curse of love upon her.
We have
You
created
yourself.
our own magic, I believe.
All magic is created.
Is that for
Even the
certain,
magic that
or
I
is it-
use to run my shop.
Are you for certain, or has it been inherited?
So
Perhaps.
that'd be just over 304 years. 10 months. 10 months per day.
You can give him a different number. I'm not cutting you off, Colin. As I said, she will pursue magic at the top of her game, beyond the
Is that
bounds
not-
of any mortal.
Is that not what they are already doing, Yaga?
Mm-hmm. The only difference is whatever I created in servitude would be his, but that doesn't matter to me. I just want to create.
In a way, it will be mine. You are the creator, so it ultimately is yours, but I have access to it. It's
Oh.
kind of like a partnership in what you do. You create something, you have it, I have it. Makes sense?
Mm.
He'll be able to
Well-
replicate everything you create.
He also
Bingo.
leaves out the fact that he is a merchant and will sell to whoever is willing to buy it at the highest price. No matter
Take it as Russian, Colin.
the alignment that this person he sells it to.
Regardless of it, correct. Did you remember that from Wildmount? Or is that just from picking up this campaign?
Just talking to him because I had spoke to him about because he was
Yeah,
like,
I
I
told the
want
same
your
thing to you.
ability,
Yeah.
and I was like, I could just teach you. And he's like, No, we gotta make a deal. And I was like,
But in
I
that,
gotta teach
no.
you.
Yeah.
in
Ba-
that,
basically create a franchise.
but in that
Yeah,
set,
I made the same deal to, I believe, Celeste and Wildmouth. Like, hey, you do this, I will sell it to whoever I deem fit. And you guys backed out then, too.
but in the same sense, or in that same vein, we're doing the same thing. Somebody created spells and we're buying it, and I honestly would be glad if somebody wished to use or sought out to use my spells.
It would
Yes,
not
but
be
if you
in the
create
same
something
sense.
amazing and you want it to be unique only to yourself, it won't be.
Oh, I don't care about that. She just wants to create.
When have we used this- when have we used spells for evil? How is this the same sense?
Yeah.
He doesn't
spells
care
in the-
where they go to.
I do not. He is correct. He just basically agrees with you, Colin. Like, it is very true.
So I have an extended question. What about things that don't belong just to her? Like, what if Orion and Yoga create something together?
Starts when she's in my service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
at that point, Orion would. At that point, Orion would be going
Unless
home.
Orion would like to join her in this endeavor later on in life, that's up to him.
No, what I mean, would the things that they create together. We excluded
No,
from that.
yeah. Anything I create after I start servitude is when it would count. So anything beforehand doesn't count.
I don't care who's helping her. Once she's in my service, if she makes it or helps make it, it's partly mine.
Okay, understand.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
But it starts after she goes into service, though. So anything you guys do this camp, he doesn't get.
Oh, after. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So you're not starting now. Okay.
No, it'd be after campaign.
But he will reiterate, because you guys are clever, that it does not matter where you go, Yaga. If you make this deal, I will find you, regardless of where you want to go. The Force sit differently than the rest.
Who is he again? What's his name?
I'm Otto the Merchant, one of the 4.
Oh, fuck! I closed my calculator.
I know that didn't answer your question, but he's not going to elaborate on his backstory. Ellie.
I just want to know his name.
I fail to see how he helps you with your legacy, Yagan. You're already on the path. Why have his assistance?
You could try to take the real bill from who has it.
Who has it?
She goes by many names.
To which do you refer?
To which are you referring?
Of course.
I believe your friend gave her the name Not.
Who named her? That was.
Wouldn't it be ironic that the Queen of the Vale has the Book of the Vale?
In Winterfell?
Say again?
Not that. It's stupid.
Oh,
The one that named her.
it was Aris.
Oh, Norris?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was thinking about the Hanor. I know he named her.
Hanor named her Galdriel or something like that.
Some random name. Okay.
That is your choice. I cannot stop you, but if you would like access now, this is my cost. No one's forcing you to do it. Your friend, or Orion or Igelis, whichever you prefer, he has mentioned all truths. You are already on this path. Should you choose to go the hard route, it leads to the Queen of the Vale. Should you want to get to it now, it leads to service. There is no easy choice. There is a less dangerous way of acquiring it, through me, or there is... Oh, who left? Did we lose 2 people?
Nani left
Mhm.
and now Merc is gone.
Nani wasn't here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hand on Yaga's shoulder and say, the choice is ultimately yours. But if choosing the easier path is what you prefer, know that there are still treacherous obstacles in the way.
Do you mean the servitude?
Not only that, the consequences of your choice. He has much to gain from you.
What if
You-
she chooses to retire after the contract starts?
Say again?
I wouldn't be able to because it's a contract.
Mhm. I assume
And
it's
he-
much like an oath.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care much for the River of Styx oaths, but I will find you. He just basically, he acknowledges everything your allies are saying is true, right?
Yeah.
But again, his option is an easier path to do what you're doing, but they're both difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the price is high.
Yes, price is high for both. Which one are you willing to pay?
The other,
Anything more?
the other price.
Is usually
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So I've been
The other price would be an even more certain death, wouldn't it? Or
Who? The Queen of the Vale?
yeah.
Maybe now, but like you guys have never lost to anything I've ever sent at you guys, so who's to say you guys aren't just gonna mollywop the Queen of the Vale?
Do we plan?
You know what I
it?
mean? Like, it also adds something to your plate. And Hobbs was just talking about not adding more to his plate. So just keep in mind, like Gideon has mentioned he doesn't want to add more stuff to his plate.
Typically,
Queen of the Vale is. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, typically things worth having are difficult. Things that come easier. Meh.
That just sounds like someone's way of making themselves feel better for working so hard. 5 months per day. That would be equivalent to about 152 years.
Persuasion.
What
I
is
can
she living in the Vale
guarantee
for?
the suffering that you will have currently will outweigh the suffering you will have later.
Wait,
What is she
what?
making a deal for?
But
She wants the Grimoire of the Vale. It belongs to not the Queen of the Vale, the one you named not.
I'm be honest,
So
she'd probably be getting it better getting it from not herself. Hate the fact, dog.
And he will agree with everything except for that statement.
I'm not very fond of servitude.
Yes, but willing servitude is different to me. I'm not asking her to do anything she doesn't want to do.
You will come
Until
for
she,
it's your
I will.
words.
If she makes this deal, yes. If she doesn't, that is her choice. No one here is forcing Yaga to do anything she does not want to do. I feel the curiosity and the passion in her heart, yes. But I also have agreed with every statement you've made, correct?
Do you recall the last people that came for you?
what do you mean? Are you talking about when I died, or are you talking about another time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So she has to return the grimoire in order for the time to start ticking.
And I would return it in a year.
Oh, you're planning for a year. Okay.
I mean, you can go longer, but I imagine it's not going to make it any cheaper for you.
Or we could just
Do you
use it
think
until we beat the brakes off of Knock, then I return the book and keep hers. Bam.
Are you sure?
do you think what you would learn in a year is worth 150 years of servitude?
Have you not
Including
seen?
the knowledge and spells that you'll create that will also be his. And who else's he sells to.
That is true.
I do not
So,
create. Huh?
well, saying if you improved upon any of her work, you're basically paying your life to give that information to others that may
So
oppose you in the future.
But
let me
I will
put this in
quote.
perspective. Yaga learned something very dangerous, something powerful. And let's say Jahid also learns it too, because all he has to do is drop coin for it.
How about a second Fiona?
Does this seem like a problem?
well, you all would return to your world by that time.
And I believe I explained my proper plan before. Fiona was born here. I'm staying with her. I'm not returning home.
Doesn't the contracts? Wait, no, they can wish to stay, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're changing your fate.
All right, Orion. I've always listened to you to the best of my ability, and I will listen to you now.
To be fair,
Appreciate
the
it.
spells that you will be learning from the book are also dangerous to you. Your friend is a good friend.
Yes, and I will take his advice. Thank you for the offer, but I'll have to pass.
If the time ever changes, maybe we'll see each other once again.
I'm sure if my mind changes, which as long as Orion's around, I doubt it will.
The mage's life is quite interesting. In its nature, Hecate asks that all magic be shared.
So
And then
I'd
she
say.
says later, but you cannot cast these spells. It is a very interesting thing. Push the bounds of magic, but if you go too far, hey, don't cast that spell. That's how the Book of Creation was made. The owner of that book pushed magic beyond its means and broke many laws in doing so. So Hecate has forbidden normal people from using it. Yep, the book exists still.
Mm.
Well,
I'll just sigh.
before we leave, has
How?
someone ever sold their patron skills to you?
I don't deal in specific skills. You could sell me your ability to use patron skills.
Would it pertain to that specific god that they are aligned with, or
No.
you could just
You
use
could
any
trade.
skills?
No, it just means that the person trading their ability to use patron would no longer be benefiting from the gods. It's kind of like a binding patron curse until you deem you need it back.
That's
Most people
interesting.
do this for, love, wealth, land. I guess it's the same of wealth. Perhaps to live longer. Like they don't want to die, so they trade off their connection to the gods. I'm not the only one that makes deals, though. But my deals are upfront, and if you ask, I will generally tell you the cost. There are those who make deals with the giver, and those always end up bad.
Mm.
You need nothing else. Please relax in the shade, enjoy your time. Have some water. I have some dates if you're hungry. If you would like anything from my shop, I shall be over there sorting my books. And he bows to you guys and walks back into the shop a bit and sits down and goes back to sorting items.
My eyes just following, like, oh man, that book is over there.
Yeah, you see him put the grimoire, the veil, on a shelf.
Motherfucker, he tell to me.
It is a powerful book.
I'm over there like
I think there'll be
crackhead.
like 3 to 4 spells that you cannot cast without the book. And they're all bad. Like they're meant to hurt people.
Mm. Let's sigh.
Like I picture one's like instantly decay a body, regardless if they're living or not. Like that'd be a cool one.
Jeez.
Yeah. If they fail a save, they take max amount of decay. But then again, that could be also good for time. I don't know. But the day is yours. You guys can sit in the shade for a bit, relax, rest if you need to. And Otto is just on the other side of the merchant's stall. You remember to get your inspiration, Cole?
You said,
Please,
yeah.
BRB.
Oh, you're back.
Yep.
Give me.
I think we have decided on a course of action. Where do we go next? I think we're on our way to the marshes of the Fallen. I think we should stick to this plan. Maybe. We still need to find
I
the
mean,
oracle that was there, right? We still have to find the
concern,
oracle in the
yeah,
marshes.
concerning the Oracle in the marshes, we know that she's there. We just don't know where. The Oracle in the Deadlands, we have where she's going to be. So it may be worth it to push north instead of west.
Well, we could skip to Athens and then move north from there.
Well, the Deadlands is not just there. The Deadlands is all of this.
Like all the white.
Yeah. Yeah. This is all the Deadlands.
Netherlands is a vast area to search.
It is, but the the rulers of the Deadlands are in Halicarnassus.
And is that where the
Which
best area
is,
is supposed to be?
if it's not where the best is supposed to be, they would at least know those within their realm. So we could just make this push instead. Either way, we're beyond the pursuit of an oracle.
Are we equipped for the Deadlands?
Huh?
Are we equipped for the Deadlands?
I mean,
I'm
we're in a
personally
merchant stall.
equipped. I'm prepped for the dead.
We're in a merchant stall right now, so
Hmm.
I'm sure it's feasibly done right now if we make the decision.
So we want to go to the Deadlands. So this specific orc child.
There's plus and minus. One, we know the destination. They're going towards, as Umbriel said, they're going towards the finest surgeon in the Deadlands. Meaning, if we can find that person's location, we can at least either possibly beat them to him, or we could at least be on a closer trail. The Marsh of the Fallens is a lot smaller of a location, but
Well,
it is just as significant.
wouldn't well if it got to that point, just like how the people of Uruk and Ur would of course have things that they sell that have them prepared for the desert of the immortals, wouldn't a Deadland city have things for the Deadlands?
Yeah, but the Deadlands City, I mean, yeah, which is why we could just sail into Halicarnassus potentially, or even what is that? That's a new city right there, right? Fate,
What? Arca?
Museum.
Arca Elysium.
Those are forts.
Okay, but they would still have,
Yeah.
or no?
Theoretically, yeah.
And
Yeah,
Halicarnassus definitely does. Arca Elysium looks like it functions as a port town or like
Isn't
a port
Halicarnassus a
fortress.
settlement?
So you'd
You're
still
from the
prefer
Deadlands, Mateus, right? Or not Mateus, Gideon. There are very few settlements within the Cold
Yeah.
Flame.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
saying
they
that
deal-
we'd
they
have
deal
to
in
aim for
ports.
one of those two. Yeah.
The fortresses are there to protect their land that no one
Yeah.
wants.
So, but the only downside is yes, we can acquire the goods that we need or the materials that we need to traverse the Deadlands when we get there. We can also just do it now. But the only thing that we also have to wager is the Oracle in the Deadlands has purchased or has acquired, I guess,
More life.
a modicum of safety through her own bartering and umbrils. The same, I guess, chance and the same benefits haven't been given to the Marsh of the Fallen. So while we have a better guarantee with where she's going in the Deadlands, she also has a better guarantee of surviving the immediacy.
Right. But either
So
way, how urgently are we doing this? Because if it's just really urgent, we would just teleport. If
we
we
would
don't, it'll
teleport,
still take
yes,
weeks at a time, maybe
but
even months.
I mean, the Deadlands functions as a great training, I guess, area as well. It functions similarly to the desert, but on I guess I'd say a harsher scale. The things we meet there are going to be here above the ones that we meet here. So it would still serve our purpose as we traverse and look up there. True. So but like I said, the Oracle in the Deadlands has at least a degree of safety through her deals. The ones in the marshlands doesn't. So while the one in the Deadlands has a degree of safety for the immediate future, she's also the one easier to get, probably. By the time we find her, the one in the marsh could be fallen and could be lost.
So,
It's a gamble.
is there someone capable of stopping a drachma communication or
So who?
scrying on these oracles?
I mean, you can stop scrying. We've done it ourselves. Drachma communication as feasible, yeah. Do you know her name?
Me personally, no. I'm just
How would you
spitballing.
reach out to her?
Hmm? Oh, I was just saying me
Little
personally.
girl in the cold in the Deadlands.
Someone has to know the oracle names. They can't just all be Oracle A, B, C, and D.
Yeah, but they all could be limited or drugged or unconscious in a way that makes it so they can't respond.
Well, we can find out the name. We know whose daughter it is.
But I'm sure that I mean I wouldn't put it past Theseus to try to contact his own daughter,
Theos?
right? Or yeah, sorry, Theos. Theos.
Well, because of the modicum of safety the one in the Deadlands has, although it's still a gamble, my vote would be still going to the marsh first.
I think we should let Theos take care of his own daughter.
Put him on a better trail.
That's right.
As
He
we
has a
pursue.
lead from us. We're getting his good graces, and I think it's going to be a little bit better than our life. I think our course of action was the March of the Fallen, and knowing something is better than not knowing, which I think knowing something and telling Theos will allow her more of a survival chance. And we need to find out more about the one we don't know. I mean, that's a thought, I suppose.
It's a, in my opinion, it's a tough balance of what we should do here because yes, there's the worry of being strong enough to do said task if we went there. So we're trying to get strong on the way. But who's to know how much is enough and how much is too much? And we waste too much time and she just is lost anyway. And in that case, we have to go one way or the other.
Right, so let's just hold the course. Send a message to Theos. Let him make progress on something that he would be more inclined to do so. And we'll take the one that is, I guess, in a more
Precarious.
unknown situation.
Oh, that's the one I'm referring to. Because even if we
Yeah.
went on our
We hold
normal
the
course,
course.
it would take about 2 weeks to get there at the quickest.
So we hold our course. We continue our way to Pasagarda, and when we hit there, we make we catch a ship to the Marsh of the Fallen. Yes.
I'm just too worried about the possibility of us being too late.
Time is of the essence.
So what you say?
If time is of the essence, you can go with your option to teleport.
But we can't. We could teleport into Amphipolis or Pydna and step right into the Marsh of the Fallen if everybody feels adequately prepared.
Look to everyone. Looking to everyone, just kind of say,
The same idea. We could teleport to Halicarnassus, no?
we could never be properly prepared. This is the unknown.
Either way, either we teleport and take the risk of going there directly. But if we do the second route of staying on this course and then taking a boat, we can't afford any detours at all.
I mean, we could make our way to Pasagarda and then just use that as our opportunity to teleport to Pydna and walk in.
So we're still like 4 days from
Yeah.
Pasagarda or so, 3 or 4 days. Like
And I'm fine with that idea. We can look
So
into the
the
Seraphim
only
route.
real interest, yeah, that we were taking the boat was in order to potentially detour into Seraphim. But if you guys are feeling a sense of urgency, then
If we
let's finish our current objective, reach Pasagarda, step into, I'd probably say Amphipolis, and begin our journey into the marsh.
go into
While
the
you guys are talking, the merchant comes up, looks at you, Celeste, points to his head, and sets down a small piece of paper, and goes and sits back down.
Take the paper. Read it.
Patri, Deadlands, Nariel, Marsh.
So you say what?
I'll look.
the oracle names for each
I'll
Huh?
location.
look at him confused.
He doesn't say anything, he just goes back to work.
I'll just glance at the book again on the shelf.
You see it sticking out just a little bit to where you could see, like, the insignia.
Cullen and our
My-
link, you're gonna hear just a little.
A little bit.
Take it for a few days.
calling in the link you would hear. Maybe just a few days? What's a few years or a few months or whatever?
Time is something you can never get back.
Oh!
That's why I fear it.
Colin, killing it. Very good quote.
Well, as it stands now, if we take that route, take the 4 days, go to the marsh, save the child. Hopefully by then Theos is working on the one in the Deadlands. That would free us up to actually put adequate time into the Seraphim ruins, other than being there for half a day and leaving.
How do you plan on getting in touch with Theos?
That well, he seems to have no trouble getting in touch with you. I would assume it would be vice versa.
Colin, that's Bert, that's petty. That's petty, Bert.
It's not petty. That's just like how it is. Like, well, he like
You said
God
petty. I heard it in your tone.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he has some sort of magic. I don't know magic. I don't know how he does it.
Well, then use a drachma.
I pull my pants pockets out. They're empty. I don't have a drachma.
Take an inspiration.
I'll toss you my drachma, buddy. No, contact him.
Okay. How can I reach Theos?
You owe me a drachma, though.
I owe you a drachma?
Yeah.
Who has a drachma? Who has a drachma?
Me.
Okay.
Okay.
What can I do with a drachma again?
You
It's
flip it, say
basically
your name.
it's basically a sending spell.
If I want to send a vision, how do I do it?
Mind link. Or minor illusions. You can create the image you want to show.
I'm gonna pull Theos's card out. Does it have a number on the back?
No. There's no phones here.
Flip the coin, say his name.
Okay.
Who's making the call?
I gave you the fucking coin.
Oh, okay. I will then step away. And flip the coin. Wait, what are we telling him? Just that his daughter's in the Deadlands heading towards the finest surgeon? How many words is
Send
that?
him a vision of what I saw.
I don't think you can send a vision. I don't know. You know what? I don't know how magic. You try. Go for
I
it.
want to. Is there a spell that does that? Is there a
I
spell?
don't think so.
Oh, you're trying to send an image?
Oh, to send a vision?
Maybe if he modified his memory and then inserted that memory in his mind, that's one thing, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think there's a long distance sending of an image.
Unless y'all are like fate bonded for some reason. But
You could include that, and perhaps ask that they get us as close as we need to be to our objective. Unless you intend to still travel for 2 weeks.
no, so we're gonna do we're talking about the 4 days to Pass the Garde, then teleport to Amphipolis. So we go directly into the marsh. So it's just 4 days instead of 2 weeks. And then if we, save the child and then Theo works on saving his child, we actually have ample time to go into the ruins instead of having to only be there for a day and leave.
Say the
Are we
cheerleader, say
offering? Yeah. Sure. Are we offering Theos help if we get the first
Wait, I ain't say
oracle?
all that.
Huh?
I ain't say
Imagine
all that.
having 2 aspiring Hecate patrons capable of manipulating the weave to create their own spells, needing a spell to send a mental image, or at least a memory, but
I
no
don't know
spell
why
to do
you're yelling
so.
at me about this. I don't know magic.
Well, you're not a fucking aspiring Akate patron, are you now, Gunner?
You don't know what I am.
I surely don't. Well, fucking
You
go
don't know his
cast your
dreams.
chan. Here, I'll give you the first finger.
I passed my prime.
Yaga, would you be able to augment a sending spell in order to include a
Image?
visual?
A minor illusion onto a sending spell? I could
I
give it a
mean,
try.
if that's what you need.
Dream.
I could give it a go. What do you want me to image over to whom?
I imagine Theos from Umbriel, but
Yeah.
But what?
Yeah. You she Ambriel would need to be doing the sending because she has the image she wants to show in her head.
Got a question for you, Celeste.
Yeah.
Creating an image in one's mind. What weave would you use?
The one that I've been studying. Cerebral
Well,
Man.
you have a certain modified
Cerebral.
memory.
Cerebromancy. Yeah.
You're gonna dabble in that again?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Can I leave the shop while she does this?
We're
Roll
not
an
in a
Arcana
shop.
check, Celeste.
It's a
We're
tent.
in the shop. We're in a bazaar.
Thank you. Points to Hobbs. 10 points to Hobbs! Gringo wins!
I'm gonna take that as a eureka.
Do you not have one?
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
No, we spend those.
We spend those.
Well, Celeste. It's an interesting life you're choosing.
For the
Oh,
greater
really?
good.
Okay, where's the coin? Ambriel will hold it.
Are you modifying a drachma or just creating a spell?
Oh, are you just creating another spell? Okay, maybe.
Creating a
But
spell.
Ambriel is
No.
casting the spell.
Modify the drachma.
Oh,
He doesn't
well.
have the capability to send. If you modify a drachma, anybody has access to it.
I can cast spells, so
You don't need spells to cast a drachma.
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying.
So-
If you're just creating a spell, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Okay, so when I mean modifier, you're attaching an image to your message.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ellie will be the one sending the message. You will be attaching the image, right? Is that the goal?
Yeah.
She will augment the spell so I can attach an image.
Well, it's not a spell, it's more of a artifact
Handy.
of the drachma. Yeah.
It's more of a piety
Celeste,
spell.
yeah, technically, yeah.
You're super enchanted.
The first question I have to ask you,
Mm.
to send an image of this gravity to Theos, what kind of impact do you think that has on him?
On who? On Theos?
Theos, yeah. You're basically sending a memory of Ellie's, of what happened to his daughter. Where would you put this? How would you... What are you intending to utilize to send that image? Like, are you the mind, body, or soul?
The mind.
The mind.
So you're attaching him. Okay.
Wrong choice.
It's more of a I want him to know where she is, and I hope he'll get messages
think
from
you're-
the surroundings.
You're misunderstanding what we're doing right now. Celeste is playing with the weave of Cerebromancy. She
Okay.
chose mind. All right, Celeste. Need you to make another Arcana check as you create a kind of a physical or a magical memory attached to this. I need you to make one more.
Should have choose soul.
Huh?
Soul would have had a lot more lasting impact.
Or you roll. I don't know if this will help. I don't.
Roll a d4.
Oh,
A D4 for your soul.
All right, Celeste. It is attached, you believe.
Oh god.
Because this is Cerebromancy, you know what Cerebromancy is, right? It's not you conveying a message. It's
It's
you
making them
what?
believing that
They always had this
Yeah.
information. Okay. So you're instilling it into their mind. What emotion do you tie to it?
And this is information
What makes
about...
what makes the memory stick?
that he can find his daughter.
Make another Arcana check.
31.
Very good. Eris told you there's dangers when you meddle too close to his weed. He's made it pretty clear, right?
Yeah.
You're asking him, because Cerbromancy is tied to his domain, to create this image in his mind.
Mhm.
Of the description of what Ellie's describing, which one would stick out the most? Because you can't send the whole memory.
No.
Or you describe it again, because I was doing something for the government.
I would
So-
say this would be the last bit where they say where the altercation happens with the girl being in the Deadlands.
Like,
When he shoots the guy,
Huh.
the two people talking, and the girl, and the fact that they say they're going to the most.
That
Am I
she's
allowed
all...
to
Go
make
into
a
it
counter
first.
argument?
Go ahead.
The most potent image for Theos is
she's
going to be
alive.
her looking back, waiting for him to come
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say...
fulfill his promise.
Yeah, I was gonna do something along the lines of her still being alive because he loves her, and that's what's gonna keep him going to get her back. So I would also, yeah, I would stick the image of her waiting for him because she believes in him.
That is a very good choice, because a promise of love carries more weight than a memory. It's something that's both in your mind and soul. Together, and this would be because the weave is too powerful for one person. Together, you guys help Yaga and Umbriel harness this weave. And each of you gain a glimpse at the emotion she had when she was looking back, and you see Theo said, "I will be behind you always. I promise." And that emotion, I would say, Hobbs, you not ever having that, right? At least you thought you would think of the mountain when you think of that promise that Theos made.
I
How the
probably
mountain shows up regardless of what you want. Or no, give me what you think. Sorry.
Gideon would probably recall the first time that the front door didn't open for an extended period of time. Because in his early life, he did have the expectation that his parents were going to come back because they were heroes. But eventually he had to come to terms with that they weren't going to. And there was the realization that this was the time that that door didn't open.
Very good. That's how you get what I sent you. That and the original idea. Beautiful. You earned it.
Well,
Celeste, as you're grabbing onto the weave, Orion and Aris and Gunnar helping you. Umbriel's inspiration. You manage to attach this memory to the message. As Ellie, you have 25 words to go with that message.
I would say. Oh, I have to count my words. 1 second. I should be right. Okay, that's 17 words. Okay, your daughter is in the Deadlands taken towards the best surgeon for her eyes to be taken.
Very good.
Came across.
I'm just sending in a thing to Celeste for her.
Sees what-
Oh, god damn it, I
You
knew
get
it.
a yeah. You want that feeling.
11.
Sees with dangerous people, I would say too, I suppose. It doesn't exceed.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fair enough.
Or I should say, instead of sees with dangerous people,
Does
I
that
would
make
say,
sense, Celeste?
Yeah.
she would say suspecting Halicarnassus.
Did you mention the best surgeon in the Deadlands?
Yeah.
You get a message back. You will have payment in the next city you enter.
Sorry, what?
You do not need to. You will receive payment the next time you're in a city, so do seek it out. I will do the rest from here. And the emotion that comes back with your message until the spell ends is
Can I also
the
mention? Sorry, I forgot
nope.
about.
You can't. You already sent your message.
Okay.
What you get back is an image of desolation, unbridled destruction, and it's all being fueled by love. And you have to take a moment back, Ellie, to step back to realize that what he's going to do to these people is something you would never wish on anyone.
Well,
All
they took his
because
daughter.
yeah. All because of that the love he has for her. Like some people might seek justice, he does not. It's like every ounce of pain will be repaid tenfold.
Is that
Relatable.
payment next time we're in a settlement?
Yep. He said he'd pay you for information.
Oh, I see. Well, I wasn't expecting any payment, but I'm glad.
Celeste,
Mm-hmm.
I have one more thing for you.
Shit.
Everything has a cost.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Uh.
Mhm.
Stupid. I knew whenever that laughed. I didn't
Is this your typical way of talking?
know.
Is that on your face, I assume?
Yes, on my face. The upper cheek. Stupid.
That's funny. Describe it, as your party would be aware of it forming.
I guess it would be. Would it be a symbol or a person?
Up to you.
Um.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. It would be I don't know. I don't. It'd be weird to have a picture of a face on your face.
I pictured you'd say your arm or something, but you just face. You got a face tat, you hoodlum.
We'll just say like a symbol representing somebody, but I'm not sure what it represents. Would appear on my right cheek. If you were to describe the symbol, I wouldn't know what it is because I wouldn't know that person at this point in time.
Well, who's the name attached to it? Send it to me.
Oh
You're so ridiculous.
no, but that's
That's not.
okay. So
Mm.
Ryan, what symbol would you say represents you?
Represents me.
His sword.
No. That represents humanity. I wouldn't put a woman on her face. I guess the flower.
Very good. Much like another person with a
Yeah.
tattoo of a flower.
Damn it, flower appears on my cheek.
Very good.
I was gonna say half flower, half whatever he named, but
Why does she have flower on cheek?
punished by love.
One more thing. You'll get reward each day. I'll come back to you.
Why were you punished?
Because I keep plucking at his weave. That augmentation had a cost.
What did it cost you?
Nothing physically. Or lively, I guess.
Yeah. Just if eternal pursuit, I guess you could say.
Oh, you're gonna tell him?
Well, no, fair enough. I would say that in my mind to Orion. That's it.
And then narrow my eyes at her while everyone's looking together talking. And just say in my mind, eternal pursuit of what?
I'll send it to him.
Yeah. Oh, this is my spreadsheet.
I see. Okay.
You see what I mean? It doesn't really hurt.
Okay. All right. I would be okay with this. Beats servitude.
Excuse me.
That is one way to accomplish a task of grabbing an oracle. Mentioned it in the beginning when you guys started this that you could hire someone or use other people to help you in a quest that would be too big to do on your own. Whether or not Theos will be successful, your characters do not know. But that feeling of love that you feel, Celeste, that he has, something tells you he would go to the ends of everything. And God have mercy on anyone that gets in his way.
Ain't me. You do you, Chief.
I mean, we wanted to help. We knew we couldn't go on 2 places at once. I mean, maybe we could, but I don't know how we would survive. But
If you would have chose to go to the Deadlands and not let him, or to the Marsh and not let him know, I couldn't guarantee her survival.
yeah, no, I definitely knew he had to know, regardless of where we would go. So
I don't know why they don't do a big bundle when you can get all of it.
That's a
anyway,
boss fight. I'm just going through Hobbs' music list.
and I think we should go to the marshes. I think Pipolis should be. Pipolis, no, what is it? Oh yeah, Pipolis.
So you guys are going after Naya Real? Naya Real? What's her name? Naya Real. Naya Real, sorry.
Nayariel, yeah. I think so.
Naya.
If everybody agrees.
It's nice when you listen. Look at the Doris.
No, I'm good. I'm looking for something else. No, just kidding.
Leaf on her own ready.
Yeah.
So what?
Said I believe we are all ready.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to go.
Where are you going?
Your band, Merc.
Hydna or Amphipolis?
What?
Are we
What were
still going?
we
to
were
Garden?
gonna finish our. Yeah, I think we were gonna finish our trip to
Pasagarde?
Pasagarde, yeah, and then teleport from there. At least that's what I thought. I could be wrong.
Is that what you guys are doing?
Are there any noticeable threats left?
It's up to you to decide.
Oh shit.
I was just asking the party.
I believe you guys rolled Distashi Knights for your next day.
Ugh, I forgot.
Yeah, aren't you thinking of the other campaign?
Wait,
This is the Deadly Campaign.
Mickey said the other campaign.
No, we rolled the Stash Knights in the Anor campaign.
Did you?
Yeah, we rolled 8 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Never mind, I was.
cause Aunt Theo is very much hurt. I remember now.
The Merc are banned from rolling.
I've put
So
us
you
in
guys
great
are-
situations to push the plot forward. Thank you very much.
I'm just kidding. You can roll if you want to. I don't care.
So you guys are going to continue up to Pasagarde?
Yeah, I think we had like 4 days left to travel or something, so we were gonna continue up to there.
Very well.
So,
Whenever you guys are ready.
question
Mm-hmm.
for stalkers, for difficult terrain in areas like this, they aren't impeded by it, but they aren't able to pass on the knowledge to help their party not be impeded by it, or
No,
how does that
because
work?
it's their ability as a stalker is trained. They know how to move throughout this. It's like a second nature for them.
Right. So that's not something they could
No,
teach.
that's
their-
years and years of training.
Different than the regular ranger one, Merc.
Is it? Okay, that's what I was remembering from. I said the ranger.
Yeah,
That one is the
regular
one that
regular one. Yeah, your
helps
party
the
is
group out.
fine, but yeah, but it's different.
Mm. It depends. If we're intentionally looking for combat, then we can go as is. If we're not, I could turn into Islandi and shout ahead.
You're concerned with them. I believe we should stay the course.
I mean, if we're going to completely try to miss any encounters, which I'm okay with, but if that's the case, then why not just teleport from here to?
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends. Are we looking for encounters? I'm not sure what's left in the desert we've encountered. If there's anything stronger than what we've encountered so far, then, uh, well, then that is one hell of a place to be.
I say we should go now. Why waste the time?
Just teleport straight over?
Just nod my head, yes?
And to those opposed, please raise your hand. No hand raises.
Oh, so what?
Any opposed to Orion's proposal of going to the marsh immediately, raise your hand. No hand raises? Hmm? Okay.
I mean, I think Gideon is AFK.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not raising my hand, so I'm not saying anything.
Okay, so
All right.
he haven't said anything, so I was like, okay, he's okay.
Amphipolis or hidden? We want to roll forward, or y'all got a destination?
I think Amphipolis must be or Pinna.
Well,
What do you say?
take a step and pull us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's been a few days since I've used it, but I'll just open up a portal in front of us to Amphipolis.
Very well. As you open a gate to Amphipolis, describe how your gate looks comparatively. I never really asked you how you would view it.
Oh, the one when I'm a Thanatos patron, I just open that shit up with my scythe. But as a knight, he'd probably, he'd probably just like channel piety through his hand to open like this. It wouldn't be too extravagant, but like a regular golden gate.
I had
It
to
would
pull up
have like little.
Amphipolis real quick.
It would have like a wolf head at the top of it, and then probably like symbols of his daughter and his wife, kind of like playing on like the, kind of like encrusted into it.
Very good. Okay. Amphipolis is one of the smallest settlements in the realm. Upon your arrival, you would see a small town with a 50-foot tower kind of standing in the center. This golden tower is filled with radiance and has a symbol of a sun upon the top. The tower houses two ballista on its south and north flank and has balconies where you would see archers residing. The front gate, you would see a beautiful temple of light made of ivory and gold. The largest shrine dedicated to, you would see like 5 statues of gods in front of it. Looks like a very small settlement, but beautiful in its own right.
Let's see.
Gideon will step through and make his way towards. I kind of get his bearing. Which direction, or like where about on the gate are we? Are we on the gate?
You're on the west side
Okay.
of the town.
Over
And
the
I
east
believe we're
side.
just hopping right to it, right?
Mhm.
Mm, mm.
You step on in.
I mean, if anything, as long as everyone feels prepared, I'd assume that the March of the Fallen is probably home to more curses and poisons to be had. But
Well, maybe a long rest. What time of day is it?
It's a little after the noon at this point.
I mean, we did just fight to get to the tent, and now we're just here. So,
We have wherever we may land. I can create this a nice little hovel.
What?
I mean, I wouldn't.
what
I
time is it
wouldn't
here?
argue that.
We'll say
Afternoon.
about 2 p.m.
I'd say that it's probably best that we swap our schedule back to one of day travel.
Yeah.
Although, that's weird to consider. The marsh is probably more active at night, right?
Yeah, most certainly. That's when the veil's the strongest.
Yeah. So traveling at night would present more danger,
I
but
could
it
be
would
right.
allow us to rest better during the day.
Hmm.
Is that a sound assumption? Right?
Oh, yeah. That was a very good one. The marsh is. Have you guys been here yet?
Nope.
As a
Not in this
group?
camp, no.
On this camp.
I will not give you any more information than you already gave.
Question.
Um,
So Rama doesn't do anything to creatures of the night, right?
Rama specifically for devils
Demons and
and
devils.
demons.
Right. Okay.
I mean, if
I
we
think
if
so.
we if we were to do a long rest, it's 2, so we could
You can
continue
add
on at
creatures of
like
the night to that. Or
we could go
test it out.
in then at like 10 p.m.
Okay. I was just checking because, like, a lot of his abilities like specify it only has an effect if it's a demon and a devil. So I was like, oh, well, it's not. But they're not demons or devils. So
Yeah, I think that's the strongest struggle with Rama is the fact that it's so limited. If I don't like it, I won't take it away until you leave the marsh. But you can test it out for creatures of the night on here if you choose so.
okay, that's the case. I was probably gonna use Islandi for this.
Then you need a rest anyway, right? To change.
that's true.
Yeah, it'll help us like not get fucking jumped out of nowhere. Help proper shit in here.
You can speak for Islandi until it's lore time, and then I'll speak for you if you ask any questions about her.
Okay.
But you can speak for her that way. I don't have to silence you this whole time. But if you're looking into her past, that's something I would have to answer.
Okay,
Like
that's cool.
we could rest and still get in there at like around 10 p.m. and still have most of the night to travel.
I thought we were switching. Or am I tripping?
No, I think he still thinks it's better to travel at night, although that's when it's the most active. But that allows an easier time for us to rest during the day.
True. Okay. I need a short rest. But if you guys want a long rest, it's up to y'all.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to a long rest. It's not a necessity, I guess, but
You want to summon my house?
Instead of the house, would you be able to portal us back to the bastion?
Absolutely. You'd like to go.
Oh, we're at a starting point anyways. We might as well
Rest at home.
rest at home in
Fair.
a more secure than like, you know.
I would assume this being like a town on the border of the marsh, they'd probably get attacked. It's normally how it goes anyway.
What do you want them to help
No,
defend
I'm
it right off
saying
the
that
rim?
no, I'm saying that if we slept here there may be a chance we get disturbed. So yeah, we could just go.
Amphipolis is the home of Eos and Chimera, right?
Yeah, the temple,
They-
temple of light.
They have a very good temple here, yeah.
So
I remember they're
wouldn't go back
actively
there.
here a lot too.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back to the bastion. I would go to the temple.
The main thing about it is because they still do their guard duty, is that they arrive. Eos arrives first in the morning. Then Homera brings daylight with her. So it's kind of like if the town's in danger, they just have to make it till dawn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I only have one
Yeah,
temple here, right?
No, they have 5.
Mm. Would that be a good place?
Aether, Hyperion, Helios, Homera, and Eos.
Be kind of rude to go up to them and be like, "Hey, yo, I'm looking for a new utility god. You got any suggestions?"
Just walk up like a crackhead.
So
Well,
which one is the temple of light?
Well, actually, if that's the case,
That's the
real
one
quick-
made of ivory and gold.
Well,
The one
damn,
you see right through the gate.
I don't know where specifically we'll put us because I could take us to Athens first. You pick up utility, then take us home to sleep.
If you wouldn't
Take
mind.
us to the Temple of the Gods.
Oh, true.
If you don't mind.
If
I
I
mean,
was
Sorry.
I don't know where it would exactly take you, but it is kind of like its own sub settlement within there. It's its
Interesting.
own,
Yeah.
yeah,
Holy crap.
its own
Oh, the
district.
Palace of the Gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Okay.
that is a priority for you, then we can stop there first.
Greatly appreciated.
Oh, of course. Of course. I do not want to see any of my friends at a disadvantage if they don't need to be.
For your
Agreed.
benefit.
So, well, Palace of the Gods first. Let her fucking shop around, I guess.
Shop around. Shop around.
Very well. So we're going to the Palace of the Gods in Athens.
Yep.
Make it quick.
Mhm.
And then I'll
Very
wander over
well.
to Eros'. No, I'm just kidding.
The fuck?
I will need you to make a wisdom save when you get there.
I knew it.
All of us?
No.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
of us? Oh.
hell
No,
yeah.
her. No, her.
Okay.
Her.
I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say, wait, the
I was
fuck?
gonna
You
say.
guys don't have that same desire.
Yearning.
Design.
Oh, this is great. This is great. Oh, you fail, Celeste.
I knew it.
Yeah, I just like seeing you roll.
Yes. You know what? Fusa.
Wait, what's his DC? 30?
40.
Or is it 40?
Way
Usually
high.
Mix is 40.
Yeah, 40.
Oh yeah, you're cooked, buddy.
Celeste, you kind of just don't wait for anyone. As you arrive at the East Gate of Athens at the Palace of the Gods, you just know where you're going. You're like, you know what? That's where I need to be.
Ugh.
As you make your way through the Palace of the Gods, you're headed to the Arch Naos along the north side of the Shrine of Oats. Kind of walking past all these shrines, you're like, ooh, I'll have to remember that once I'm done. Ooh, that's another good one. I'll have to remember that. You see a beautiful temple with multiple rings of statues around it. These rings are known as the Kuklas, as there would be a little board that tells you that, and the Gamma Kuklos. The outer ring is dedicated to Uranus, Urea, Pontus, and Thalassa. This is something that your party would notice, not you, Celeste, because you're not stopping at the outer ring.
Of course, of course.
The second ring would be dedicated to two statues, Gaia and Tartarus. You're like, not really me. You know, Celeste, you're not here to window shop. When you get to the center, you would see three statues dedicated to time, love, and night. There is another shrine at the center that they all navigate around, ever shifting, ever moving, much like the statue, which ever shifting, ever changes. It's very hard to distinguish whether it's male or female. Sometimes it has wings, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it looks like maybe like a merfolk, and sometimes it doesn't. But Celeste, you walk past all these other shrines and you see a beautiful statue to love. The statue has its hands in the front in like a cup. As you walk up a bit closer, naturally you'd want to see what's in the hands, right?
I guess the spell's making me want to, because I wouldn't dare.
It's not a spell. It's a desire. It is a memory, a love. There is no spell.
I know.
You want to see Eros. And Eros has provided you a gift.
Okay.
And on the center of his hands, you see a focal point.
I guess I have no choice but to pick it up, huh?
No, you can. No one's saying you're forcing you.
Oh.
But it is a beautiful focal point to a god.
I'll tell her in her head, this is what you've been pursuing. You hesitate?
You don't have that same desire for that focal point.
Okay.
But Eros is providing a focal point to you. Would you at least look it over?
I'll look it over.
No, look at you.
As you reach for it,
guess I'll
I
be
grab
better
it
than-
and throw it.
You throw it?
Oh, Gideon's not following her.
The symbol on it is of a female body that's emanating an aura inside. You get a feeling that love gives voice to the soul. Allows you to see the truest of sights. Allows you to aid people with their souls. And maybe release someone to the afterlife where they will remain. The focal point of Psyche is being presented to you by Eros. You don't have to take it.
I'm just like, what? Why is I'm looking at the.
You don't know how to game?
Yeah,
Celeste,
I
if you
know.
don't know how to game, you need to slap your hand right now.
No, I know, but I.
You see a tremendous amount of duty that this god has. The god of easing the soul of love.
That soul crush.
Choice is yours.
Let me look over what I was originally going to pick real quick.
I mean, take the time you need. The fellow follower of Eros would always caution you about being so involved with the big guy.
Not to say, watch out. What, is he actually there talking?
You hear someone talking to you.
I look around.
You don't see anyone.
Hmm.
It's a nice little tattoo on your cheek. Everyone's a copycat these days.
Oh, I don't know
You
what it
feel
looks
your
like.
pack get heavier as you feel objects being put into your knapsack.
What the fuck? Look at my sack. What did he put in there?
2 apples and a bottle of wine.
Hell yeah. To who?
Do you think that your life is going to be easy with Eros always watching you? It is. Take it from me. Get out while you can.
To who do I owe
Well,
the? Oh,
or are you here to take what belongs to me?
what belongs?
Is
to
that
you?
why he sent you here?
What belongs to you?
No, you answered my question with a question. That question so happens to answer my question. As you were. If you think this journey gets easier, it doesn't. Toodles.
Is it regular apples?
No, they're golden.
Okay. Hell yeah. Thanks, Knock.
While you're thinking,
Yeah.
he's gonna fuck with Merc.
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna look over this real quick.
Well, aren't you tainted by night? You smell like heartache.
You get used to it after a while.
It's a pretty nifty little armor set you got there. Why is it I feel 3 people within you? There is 3 people within you, isn't there? You little mysterious little man.
Ding, ding, ding.
I'm surprised you didn't take the chance of going after the focal points.
I'm not sure what you're referring.
Please. Everyone saw Odin meddling.
We'll go after them if we deem it necessary. Till then, the time.
No. Who's this Order of the Owl girl? This wisdom guard in your mind?
A friend.
Is this out loud or in Rick's head?
Yeah, you guys all hear it. You don't see anyone, but you hear the voice. Do you know that your compatriot has dwelled too far into Eros' domain? Do you?
No.
I'm not
And you
sure what
didn't stop
compatriot
her.
you're referring to.
Say again, Merc?
Yes, I'm not sure what compatriot you're referring to. Say that.
Well, you know, the one that's hooked on love right now and drooling over the statue of the big idiot.
Do you feel like going up or just being a pervert
Oh, I'm not a... you
from a
can't...
distance?
How am I being a pervert? I've been working on that. You see him raise
Oh.
his mask and he appears next to Merc.
There he is.
Hey, I don't know you. How do you
Oh.
know me?
Cullen's favorite person.
Who says I know you? I just know a pervert.
I have done nothing perverted today.
Sleuthing around unseen, watching people from a distance, poking into their privates. Seems very perverted. Perfect for, creeping through windows and ogling people.
I can't say you're lying, but I wasn't. Right now, at
Sure.
least.
I don't know, do I have it's up to you to decide.
I mean, you would know the Guardians. Not them personally,
I
but
don't
their
know about
names.
being able to place off of sight, seeing him now.
I mean, the focal point on his blade says it all.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well,
Mhm.
what got you in this predicament, miss?
Wait, did he walk all the way back over to me? Because we're in different areas.
You-
Thing.
I thought you guys all traveled together.
Nah, House didn't follow me.
Oh,
I assume that she just took off.
I just thought you guys followed her.
I
Nope.
assume at a walking pace. Where
And I would
it seemed like
readjust
she
my
was a lot
statement.
more urgent. But
You
if
would
we're
ask-
all there together, that's up to you.
If Celeste wants privacy, I'd say he'd walk over to you guys. So what made her choose this path?
What made you choose yours?
I was cursed by Eros personally.
Well, seems like she's gathered her own.
No, she killed someone Eros likes?
I mean,
It's a bold and stupid move.
I have a question. If you could
Shoot.
be rid of your focal point, would you?
In a heartbeat.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Just like that?
easy.
You'd give up the one person who's stood by you all this time? The only person that can?
It's hard to explain,
You'd
but let
miss
me
them.
just tell you something. I'm not saying I wouldn't miss some things. What I'm saying is, having the option to give it up, yes, I would. But I don't have the option,
Where's the
nor will
focal
I
point?
ever have it. It's on my sword.
Do you mind?
No, go right ahead.
Gideon would
He
kind
hands you
of
Heartbane.
look at it, and I guess, yeah, I'll pick it up.
Heartbane feels so comfortable in your hands. Do you try to take the focal point out?
No. Just getting a feel for it.
I mean, the sword is very powerful in its own way. You deal in fear, then you know love can create fear. Hey, shut up! Why are you guys always loud? Jack, you better stop yelling. Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Oh yeah, feels good. You imagine the amount of fear you could inflict would be probably a little bit more, but you already kind of deal in fear, so.
What does it do?
My sword or the focal point?
No, the sword. I guess the focal point powers it to a degree. Only things.
Sword was blessed before arrows touched it. If anything, it got cursed when he touched it.
What does it do?
I think it's in that book. Not sure. I'm gonna look. Excel sheet, I mean.
Uh,
Heartbane.
Display
Is it in there?
name. This thing is part of the Achilles clean up one of the wall feeling like this. I don't see it at a scroll. So dissolution sacrilege. I want to be an artifact.
No, I never added it. Oh no, I did. Because I have a version that doesn't have the focal point in it. So this is what it does without it.
Where is it under? Oh, is it under divine
legendary.
weapons?
It's under legendary.
It's under legendary?
Well, because the focal point is what boosts it
God.
to divine. Charisma score is increased to 22. You have advantage on all charisma-based skill checks. Bonus action, Misty Step, essentially. Action, the Kitsune Curse. You dominate a creature on a failed wisdom save. While dominated this way, you can ask it to do anything and it will comply. At the end of each turn, the creature will look for your approval. You can either give them love or despair. Love, they gain a hit dice. In health, despair, they take 2d8 psychic damage and suffer shaken. If immune to psychic, they will attack themselves with their weapon. It also does an additional 2d8 psychic. With the focal point in it, it is further enhanced. I gotta pull up Noct.
What was the guy's name who fought in the vault?
But that was Satirius. Oh, sorry, God Sindarin. I always mix up the two.
That made me stab myself multiple times.
Similar, yeah.
Is that the same sword?
Similar.
No, it's similar. The sword with the
Same
focal
root.
point. Yeah. This sword with the focal point increases the psychic damage to 48. Furthermore, it random enemy is fascinated looking at it each round. Another random enemy will fall in love with a person on the field. All players are dazzled. Well, I guess it'd be enemies, right? And you can use your reaction to make someone not help anyone. So, like, if you guys are using your patron abilities to help one another, you can use your reaction to make them not. So, it's not all the focal point does. It gives him his aura of love, his extra health, his enhanced stats.
Okay.
It also gives it. Go ahead.
The question for Noct is, being his guardian, are you immune to love, or are you more susceptible to it?
He looks as serious as a person could say. I love so deeply for a person that never existed until Eros wanted him to. I will pursue this person for the rest of my life and never get them. One could say I'm more affected by love than anyone else. Yeah, Rose didn't exist. Eros made her to punish Noct.
Okay.
I mean, like, just holding the weapon, Hobbs, you kind of twirl it easily in your hands. Like, this is even without Eros' help, this is a masterfully made weapon.
So you feel love more deep than anyone.
'Tis my punishment.
And you would want to be free of him more than anything?
I would want the option to be free to him.
Option to be free.
Oh.
And your curse is from him. Interesting. It's a curious
Make a history
situation.
check. Hobbs.
Oh. 16.
The only thing you know about Noct is the mountain said he's never met a person hated by a primordial until he met Noct. Like mortals generally don't matter to him, right? Like you guys are dust in the wind. He's purposely making this man live forever chasing love that he'll never get.
It was I had an interesting conversation the other night concerning, I guess, your domain. It swept through our camp, and yet seems I was left out.
Kind of takes a gander at you. Can I take a peek?
Do you want to?
If love left you alone, it's either because he hates you or loves you. I'd like to know which one it is, but it's up to you.
On one condition.
Sure.
What does the sword do to you?
The sword does nothing to me.
Nothing?
Nothing
This is
but
the focal point that does. The sword was crafted by my love.
I would like to find that out.
You'd like to see Rose?
No.
Yeah, like literally she crafted it.
I want to see what happens if Noct is stabbed by his own sword.
what the
Oh,
Oh.
my god.
Go right ahead.
Is what I'm doing. Alright, then yeah, I would let him take a peek.
He doesn't acknowledge you. He doesn't hate you or love you. I'm assuming he left you alone so you could experience love for the first time on your own, or recognize that you've already had it.
Would it be cheating if I stab myself then?
If you stab yourself with my sword, it's gonna hurt.
But it would subject me to love.
But you already have it. You just don't realize it. Stabbing it
You
will
wouldn't
only
feel
make it
cheated?
him?
Mhm.
No.
I sent you
You've
my
done
choice
nothing to deserve his hate. I know, I'm looking it over, Celeste.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let me ask you, can you send me in private what your intentions are? Because I sometimes miss what you're trying to do. While I look over Celeste's choice.
Uh,
If it fits, go right ahead.
Okay.
But you're entrenching yourself further into love. You know that, right?
I know.
Okay.
I
Oh, I get what you mean. Go ahead.
I have a feeling I'm probably going to end up dabbling with it anymore anyway because of that spell. So that we're working on.
Very well. You see the focal point that was in there change shape and become another. And you hear a woman's voice say, "Be good to her."
I will do my best.
Colin, you fall asleep?
Nope.
Oh, I thought I heard you snoring.
Let me just see.
Um,
I gotta change.
Celeste, I want you to know out of game that you could end up either being Noct or Sindarin if you're not careful.
I know. I figured.
I
Hello.
don't want. Go ahead, Ryan.
He's not alone though.
Mm.
But he's right though.
That makes sense.
I got
Go
you
right
back.
ahead. Yeah. I'll let you narrate it yourself then. I don't know your character's emotions best than you, so if you choose to do it, go right ahead.
No. That's Gideon's idea of stabbing him.
Oh, to make him face it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Eris is gonna love you.
I mean, he's gonna love Hobbs. This is fucked up. Go right ahead.
That was the deal.
Yeah. It's not the sword that's gonna do it, though.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's. Is this your utility worship too?
For who?
For Deimos
We
Phobos?
can
What you're doing?
face the fear.
If he's afraid of love, it seems to a degree that he's afraid of love again, because of how much
Yeah.
times it's hurt those that he's loved. His own love is kind of his own fear.
Yeah, so like as you kind of stab him with the sword, he doesn't stop you. Like he can't die. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You do get a glimpse of what he was talking about. That Eros created the person he loves. Literally, I am not joking. He created the whole family line of Rose, her whole backstory, the being herself, just so Noct would fall in love with her and never get to see her, and then killed her while they were looking for a cure for her. So, in the best terms of what you're witnessing, Noct was never really a good person. Colin called it day one, right, Colin?
Mm-hmm.
He was in general always just kind of going person to person, using his handsome looks and his charisma to get what he wants. Occasionally that led to him tricking older women into marrying him, pitting sisters against one another. So much for so that he was so good at this skill that he could convince two twins to fight each other to the death for his love. And he kept doing this and doing this and doing this and always getting away because even before love found him, trickery did first. He had an uncanny ability to disappear. That's where he got the Kitsune name. The one time he thought about his actions before he did it was he came across a priestess in a temple on the top of a mountain. She rejected his advances over and over and over again. This woman created a feeling of peace in him that he had not felt before. He found himself spending more and more time there, ignoring his true nature of what he thought he was his true nature. And much like a fish out of water, it began to bother Noct. He assumed, must be a witch. I don't know how she's doing this to me. So he decided to play the part. One day, the woman did fall for him, madly. He spent years with her, caring for her, helping her, and intentionally proposed to her at the top of this mountain temple. The look on her face was pure love. The man of her dreams. The beautiful Kitsune. And as he dropped to one knee, he said, I could never love something as foul as you. You feel the heart break in the woman. She pleaded and begged, chased after him. Her sorrow, her pain. And he still stuck around to rub it in. When finally she could not take any more, she asked, how do I rid myself of you? He smiled and tossed her a dagger. You could take the coward's way out. And he left. Weeks went by, never thought of her again. Till one day he felt a tremendous amount of peace. And he saw a tattoo appear on his chest. A rose. Presented by this, he pondered, till finally the gods spoke to him. He chastised him, the hatred of love. Told him you would never find love for as long as you would live, and anyone you would find love with would die. Next 50, 60, 70, 80 years, he would find people on the brink of death, fall in love with them, and they would die. But that would not be the only punishment that Noct receives. With their death, he would take on their regret, their pain, their feeling of fear, and a new tattoo would appear. And this continued on, and Love still felt he wasn't punished enough. He finally met someone and fell in love with them. A princess of a town. Her name, long forgotten, but he always called her Rose. Years and years of them together, Noctis truly looks like a changed man. He's a good husband, a good neighbor. Her and him would go on and save countless villages from various dragons and monsters of the land. One day they're lying in bed, and she coughs, and his heart starts racing. She tells him not to worry. It's just a cough. Being paranoid, he explained to her his past. Horrified at first, but realizing that man had been long gone, she says, no, this will not happen. You are not that man. Loved him regardless of his past. But deep down, Noct knew it was not meant to be. Her cough got worse. She realized it must be true, as well as that rose became more pronounced on his chest. They searched the land far and wide for this being that cursed Noct, hoping that he had paid enough. He did not locate her in time for Rose to be saved. Rose's regret was she could not save Noct from his own pain. Her love carries with him on that too in the form of regret, of understanding that she died because of how bad he is. And when he tried to take his life, taking Heartbane, the sword she crafted for him, Eros finally appeared and informed him no matter what he did, no matter how long it took, he would forever be cursed to carry the regret and pain of those who he loved. And you see an image of his body slowly starting to be covered with tattoos. Some symbols, some more pronounced, the whole body, the whole face. You see a period of 100, 200 years where he was just drinking heavily just to try to dull the pain, and even alcohol would not relieve him of his pain. Thousands of years later, Nox still lives. Nox still travels. Nox still falls in love. And those he loves will always die. Become the guardian of Eros is not something that was a title gifted out of respect. It is an eternal punishment to a man who killed peace. And as you reawaken it, you just see Nox's eyes fill with tears. Yaga, that emotion, you felt it before. Merc, you have felt that emotion before. Gunner, you have felt that emotion before. But it's so concentrated and powerful within Noct that Gideon, you can't help yourself but to pull the sword out in tears.
As I do, under the effect, I can force somebody to love somebody, right?
If you're the guardian, yeah, or attuned to the weapon.
Not just because I'm holding it. Do I have him?
No. You
Do
can
I have him
manipulate Noct
dominated?
if you'd like,
I'll manipulate Noct.
but it's not really magical. It's kind of like a mental state. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you've just convinced someone.
Hmm.
All right. What would you like to do?
I would like to ask Noct to be my love.
What the?
You know what that means, right?
Mhm.
Are you sure you want this?
Mhm.
Noct refuses, and then you hear Eros say, "Too bad." And as you hear Eros say, "Too bad," Gideon, you cough. Just a minor little cough, nothing to be of concern of right now. And you see the look on Noct's face. Like, why would you do this to me? And you don't need any emotion to tell you that this man is now in love with you.
If you ask why, I would tell him that the fear of his own love is the sweetest thing I've seen. And I
You are
can
an
never
evil
pass up
bastard.
this opportunity.
You are an
Not,
evil bastard.
I want you to know that you will die eventually.
Hmm.
And we will roll a percentage dice like Travis Williams old age dice smoke. If you roll that, you will die. I think we should make it like a 1% chance, Hops. Maybe a 3% chance. You roll percentage dice, 97 to 100. You just die.
Mhm.
In return,
Hmm.
I will give you Heartbane without the focal point.
All right, I got the man with the focal point in my back pocket now.
Yes, you do. The focal point isn't in there, but Heartbane is yours.
Mm,
You can find Heartbane in the Excel
yeah, I
sheet.
saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
You
Sweet,
realize
sweet
that Noct will
Noct.
not die, but you will.
I've died
Your
before.
Yeah, but your contract can't save you from this death.
That's okay.
Okay. That is the wildest shit I've ever seen done in a campaign.
Dun, dun, dun.
And what's crazy about it is that Noct won't be traveling with you, just so you know. Eros is going to make him love you from afar
Okay.
as he sends him back to Santorini. Yaga, because you've been studying the weave, what Gideon just did is beyond evil.
Oh, we already knew he was evil.
Gideon, your alignment is now neutral evil.
This whole damn party's evil.
Whoa! He's a
Whoa!
whole party.
Excuse?
Wait a minute now.
I'm true neutral.
Gideon, you down neutral evil dark damage with your attacks.
Mhm.
I can't
Yep.
speak for any other person, but I have done nothing morally questionable this camp.
Me either, you know?
Mm.
Gideon
is
will
wild.
use his thumb to kind of wipe away the tears, fix his hair, kind of slicking it back. And we done here.
I'm just
shit.
Arthur just have nothing to say. But fuck.
I mean, that is a wild way to earn a legendary weapon, Hobbs.
I mean, we can't take all the focal points, but at least we have control of one of them now.
You were never going to get knocked in any other fashion.
Nope.
Unless you found the remains of Rose, which I had a quest for. Yeah.
Well, okay, well.
I even gave Celeste a spell that Freya gave to help capture Noct.
Mm.
I know that.
Yeah. Remember, Celeste? What's that spell do that Freya gave you?
Mm.
Never mind.
All right.
You would have never got knocked then.
Glad
Never
that
mind.
we found the one
Now
way to
you
get
would have
knocked outside.
I'd have to go through my notes. I got so many spells I was given written down.
It's a spell to force someone to believe, I believe, that they love you or something like that. Or, I don't remember it, but it had to deal with Noct's love of Rose. Its spell even had roses, it had components that required roses.
Oh, the one that you were making with Merc's daughter in the woods.
Yes.
Where he kept asking for the beautiful roses as components.
You no longer need that spell. Though it's a powerful spell.
It can still be used.
Oh my Lanta.
Okay. My sheet is updated.
Guess we don't need stables anymore.
Jesus.
Holy shit. You know what's crazy? Eros approves. Where Celeste touching the weave, he's like, hey, what are you fucking doing? What you just did, Eros is bragging about.
That's some bullshit. All I was trying to do was get rid of Loki's touch on my house and I get punished. You fucking...
Yeah, but your punishment is just the pursuit of love. That's it.
Still. How are you gonna come out here? You fuck around, you're gonna find out.
Hobbs is gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah, multiply quicker.
What's another death?
Yeah, what's another death?
Hobbs is gonna die in peace too, because Noct will carry any regret or sadness that Hobbs has forever.
Bullshit.
Not Hobbs is assured that he goes to Elysium.
Yep. We're happy. We fucking bought our way into heaven.
Oh my god. That's fucking
Are we a
wild.
good person? No, it's okay.
All right. I'll meet back up with
It's a
everybody.
D6 of dark damage, right?
It's D6, D8, D12, I think, or is it D6, D8, D10?
You said neutral, right?
Yeah, you're neutral because
So
you'll
that's
do evil
fucking
if it aligns with your ideals. Yep. And you're more often than not gonna choose to do evil or your ideals. That is why you're neutral evil instead of chaotic.
1d6.
I think with what you did with Merc, what you did with Orion.
What I've done in the campaign.
Yeah, you cannot be confused with any form of chaos. Yeah,
I'm
are
fine with
it
taking
fits
that
your
step.
backstory too, your jealousy and everything else.
Yep. It was only a matter of
Hobbs, you
time
were the
before we
first
were
evil character
branded
in the campaign.
officially. Whoop. Take that, Celeste.
Holy
All your
shit,
bad
Celeste.
PR.
What?
I beat you to it.
He has outdone anything you've ever done today.
Yep.
I've never tried to be
You are no longer the queen.
You've never tried, which is the respect part. Like
I'm not
to do what you do, Celeste, without even trying. Bravo.
You said true
I'm
neutral,
kidding.
so I am sticking with that. All right. Sure, cops. But I'll meet back up with the group. They
The
ready?
shit I got for considering helping out Theos, and you stabbed not. Oh my god.
Ready to go back to the bastion? I was gonna say the compound. What the fuck?
It's basically a compound at this point.
Oh look, can we stop by the Renaissance real quick?
Yeah, if you'd like.
I assume we can get there without any hitch.
No, people avoid you. At least for the day.
Fucking stabbing knocked in the temple of.
It's in the fucking temple of love, or just in the temple of gods. Yeah.
Keep in mind, Kronos doesn't really have an opinion on Noct. Nyx understands why Eros hates him. So that priestess is very important to both Nyx and Noct, or Nyx and Eros. So, like, you actually please Nyx with this too.
Evil.
So you would have Heartbane with a black edge.
I'm just over here trying to learn spells.
Yeah, so I'm not calling you evil, Celeste, for touching it. Just you were utilizing it. What Hobbs did, just wow. It's gonna take me a while to realize that. Okay.
Yep.
Being that you worked with Irami in other campaigns, do you think it was? Is this kind of a like little bastard?
I've mentioned Gideon being kind of the antithesis of Epi a few times, I think.
Yeah.
They share a very similar love for the crossroads, or at least like a passion for the crossroads. But
The hardest man to kill.
In two different
now he's
ways.
at your beck and call.
Yeah.
When you get to the Renaissance, it takes you about half a day. I would, not to put you on the spot, kind of like to poke your party. I'll start with Gunner.
I'm gonna eat this apple.
Honestly,
Gunnar, how are you feeling about what you felt and witnessed?
I am walking along, holding Ymir's breath, running my thumb along the edge, just considering.
Dropping me down in the streets.
No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't be
Okay.
doing that, but I would definitely be.
You met a young Adolf in art school. What are you doing?
Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
You think
Well,
my
seriously,
paintings are
look.
beautiful, Gunnar? Sorry. I'm sorry.
I think I would kind of be questioning some motives for one. And whether or not I don't want to say that. Definitely going to be, at least personally, thinking that Joel would be on a short leash.
Gideon.
Or Gideon, yeah, Joel. Sorry.
I'll change my name to Joel. Would never. Joel could never.
Nah, Joel, nah, he's good.
Yeah, you should keep Joel on it. Goes
For
up.
different reasons, but
Yeah.
yes. But yeah, definitely trusting some motives and possibly some morals at this point.
And I'm the one getting shit. Some bullshit.
All right, so I'll take some of that heat off you.
Thank you.
Yes, all because you'd like about Gideon. He can take it. I can take it.
Yeah, so yours is worse than Chetney's because you have a 3% chance of death.
Yeah.
Every day, when you go to take your rest, you need to roll a D100. On a 97 through 100, you're dead.
Every day?
Every day?
Yeah.
Every day.
Don't worry, he won't hit it.
Surely not.
If it happens within the next 2 sessions, Hobbs, we'll definitely not use it. You know what I mean?
I have a breath they let Knock
gotta-
get attached.
Yeah, we gotta let Nock suffer a bit.
Yeah, give him let's see, one.
It's not contagious. But you also, I want to be clear, you cannot be revived from this death.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's pretty
I'm
much
curious.
it. He would be unavailable.
Your psychic damage, Hobbs, is all fear related too on that weapon.
So
It's the
I
fear
like
of
that weapon for a
fear of
second
love.
too. 'Cause it gives the shaken on it.
so basically he has like a divine ailment.
A primordial ailment.
Damn.
Oh, no, there is nothing you guys can do to save Joel. You can maybe save his soul by having him turn to the good side before he dies, but he will die. Eros said, "You want to punish him for fear? Go right ahead. I love it, but there's a cost."
Let's see.
Now we'll go over to Merc. Aris, you felt and witnessed what just happened. What are you thinking?
I mean, the first response obviously would just be like, "What the fuck?" But it's also the part where it's like he doesn't, just because of his lack of knowledge of the crossroads, he doesn't understand the full implications of what he just did.
Oh, you felt the emotion behind it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I felt the emotion, but I don't. He wouldn't fully understand like basically like the part that comes next, fully, completely.
As a Thanatos patron, that's a dead man walking.
Mm.
You're like, Thanatos will never come for this man.
Then at that, I mean, another thing in ours head is like he couldn't like be this resentful growing up to fucking do all this shit. There's no way. There's no possible way. But it looks like it is. Y'all should have just made him a patient when he was fucking bored, bro. Now look at this. Now look at this shit. But he's like, obviously he knew Gideon was always like morally questionable. Now it's just like, I don't even know who you are, bro. Who the fuck are you? He's just gonna like keep a strong eye on him, bro. Because that's ridiculous.
Mm,
Especially, I think that the part that resonated with him the most was the like that was the most delicious beer I've ever fucking like what? Who says? Like this man is sick in the head. Shit. He probably could sacrifice me if it means furthering his goals.
His parents didn't die; they just never came back.
They just ran away. Fuck, we can't go home to that fucking monster.
Umbriel?
Wouldn't that imply they're probably still in the crossroads somewhere?
Don't tell
Ellie?
your parents.
We're in Santorini.
Ellie?
Ellie?
Ellie. Was Ellie the one that was snoring earlier? Someone
Orion?
was snoring earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe. After witnessing that, what's your thoughts?
Ooh.
Is it true love? Or is it just
Forced true love.
another step to say fuck you to the gods? It's never been fond of the gods. Is he just playing games? Is this his ultimate goal to gain strength?
His ultimate he loves fear, and the fear that Noct had of love is why he did it.
Intoxicating.
And Joel will die for his actions eventually.
That was a smile
Not
on
Joel,
my face.
Gideon.
Gideon. Alright.
The one person that's not okay with this and will never speak to you again is Fiona.
Okay.
Yeah, she will never consciously have a conversation with Gideon again. She might try to save you in the process, but she is never going to talk to you.
Is welcome to try.
You and Yaga would notice that Fiona chooses to sit farthest away from Joel or Gideon.
Pat her on the head.
Okay. Because I wasn't there when it all happened, right?
No, if you wanted to be there, because I think you were with Celeste.
Well, I would have seen it because of
yeah.
our mind link.
No,
Joel,
I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, she didn't see it.
I wasn't.
So
there.
you're either with Celeste or you're with the group when this happened.
That would be with the group. Because I didn't really specify.
Okay. Then yeah.
I'll ask him. I'll just ask him straight up. What's the purpose of all of this?
Wait, hold on. Okay, cool. There's opportunities that will never come up again. And it's just another door that I could open to achieve, I guess, what I have to.
That door can always close at any time. More than one way now. An added variable to our fragile existences.
Now, when the door closes, I'll have a smile on my face. And perhaps an understanding of why you all wept.
Why would you think I would weep?
Would you not
What
cry
is what is your perception
when I die? Of what?
of how you think I see you?
I mean, you either see me as a fool or perhaps an unknown, but I think that you still see me as a friend, which is why you'll cry.
And you willingly chose to do this, knowing the outcome.
I mean, we're all going to die. I have no plans to keel over tomorrow, but I could be run through in the street. So, at least I've made certain allowances for when it does happen. It's a experience that I couldn't let pass.
Playing with this man's emotions, and now cursed by a god to have
Cursed.
an even more limit upon your life?
I am not cursed. I do not see it as one. The curse lies on Noct to teach me what love is. I only have that to gain.
This is probably like ultimate fucking worship for Aphrodite. That's the sick bastard.
If it rains tomorrow, you know what?
Yeah, yeah.
Sploosh.
Mm.
Wait.
Got moisture than an oyster up there in Olympus.
There are a lot of people pleased by what you did.
I'm just over
It
here
probably
innocent.
fucking probably
Can't
petting
say I
like
condone
like
your actions.
Okay.
nah, they definitely betting on how long you're gonna live up there.
Yeah. There's a new fucking. You can access the betting pool at any time. Nah, it's. I mean, I understand if you don't condone it, but hopefully, in time, you can come to peace with it.
I'm over here innocent and shit.
Are we in the Renaissance?
You guys are when you guys are done talking. You.
I feel as though you'll be gone tomorrow. And yet I've barely gotten to talk to you at all.
You don't think that we've had much time?
I don't.
Can definitely argue that maybe it wasn't enough time, but I feel that through what you've been through, I've come to know you quite well, I just.
Goes by Orion.
He goes by Orion, but
He's been calling me this on purpose, mind you.
yeah. there is a definite purpose and
Thank you.
and thoughtfulness in me calling him
It is not a
Aijos.
mistake.
Yeah,
Don't I don't think I've
it's an
not noticed this.
yeah, it's an acknowledgement of who you are. You can be feared in your last life in this one with that name, but I don't fear you. I think
Imagine
that
if
it's intriguing.
intriguing.
Who would be afraid of a man who, I guess, tore his own magic apart over a man that died after just a week or two of knowing him? That's not someone to be feared. It's almost a place of pity to know that you feel so deeply.
Damn, he pities you.
But
Would you pity me if I tried the same for you?
I would only smile larger
Hmm.
in knowing that there's a chance that you might just be the one to bring me back. Primordial curse or primordial blessing aside.
Is that what I'm supposed to do with my entire existence?
No,
Bring
but
you all back from the dead like some necromancer?
no, but I know that there's a part of you that would willingly do so. I do not need to be brought back. I did this knowingly full well of what it meant. And I did it with a smile on my face now.
No.
I don't
So
know
no,
why you keep doing this to yourself. You're a patron.
I am patron. And I'll be talked about forever.
Yo, you hear
And
about
in
that
that
patron
way,
said knock?
I'll never die. Whether it's in the nightmares that those that have come across me, or in the stories and tales that they tell about me in taverns, I intend my name as a patron to be remembered. That
Is this how
way,
you
I won't
wish to
die.
truly be?
It's in a way. Would you deny me that?
Yes.
I can deny no man's destiny. The only thing I wish to do is preserve humanity.
Well, then I have just one favor. Today is a very important day where I have, I guess, found my true love, and I need to buy a wedding ring.
Oh my god.
Would you
I'm
join me?
inciting him on this shit. Does he truly love this man? Or does he love the fact that, like, that he's gaining something from all these?
You're inciting Gideon's love. Gideon
Yeah.
has, if you were there, Gideon genuinely asked Noct to be his love in a hope to, I guess, come to understand it. So, no, right now Gideon doesn't understand what Noct is going through. At some point, maybe towards the end, he might, given time.
But the door's open.
But
Essentially.
yeah, Gideon is open to whatever turn of fate has right now. By doing this, Gideon only saw I guess, power in a way, but also the opportunity to become more.
He's gambling. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. There's also a realization of like plans that Gideon has that can move forward now better than before. And there's a certain excitement that he has. And knowing that probably the rawest form, like the primordial fear of love that is fueling his gods right now is like a secondary, like fucking crack high to him. There's
Okay.
definitely pride in himself right now for knowing just how much he's accomplishing.
Would you prefer?
Do you have an Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Good.
Do you have an
More curious.
understanding? Do you think Gideon has an understanding of why Eros is viewed as the worst?
I'm sure he does.
Like why people fear upsetting
think
Eros
so.
over all other?
I think Gideon has a base understanding of how subtle and how foundational love is to so many people. That to kind of piss that off or to take that away is what I guess causes so many people to kind of revere that. Like looking at Aris alone, like the loss of his loved ones drove him to so much. So he understands that. Yeah, same with Gunner, and
okay.
So
if Gideon were asked by Samael, what's more powerful, love or greed? What would you say?
Greed stems from love.
But did love cause you to do what you did, or did love?
It would depend on the ambition, wouldn't it?
And to give you a clarification on Samuel's belief, which is his perception, not what's true, right? His belief that there is no love, only greed. Like, love is a byproduct of the greediness of others. Like, you want to be loved because you're greedy. You're greedy for the feeling that love provides. Does that make sense? That's what Samael believes.
Then Gideon would say, I guess almost neither. His actions are fueled by jealousy as his patron of an envy, as his patron is that of zealous for a reason.
I'm not giving you a noble feat. I am giving you a cautious feat.
Cautious.
When people are around you, they feel uneasy. They'd have to be at least alpha or omega or higher to not have that feeling, but your common folk would not feel comfortable around you. Like,
nice.
Where others would regard you as a noble, like as someone of importance, people regard you as someone to be feared in a way. I'm not making it like a frightful presence, but I want it to be known that when you go up to shopkeepers and people on the street, they know that there's something about you.
Yeah. Okay.
This boy ain't right.
Yes, he ain't got no gas. What were you saying, Colin?
I forgot.
Then we will enter the Renaissance.
Oh, yeah, it asked me to get to find a ring, right?
Yeah, I asked you to accompany me to go buy my wedding ring.
Would you prefer to find one
I've found it
or have me make you one?
many. The ring was
Oh.
chosen. I picked out my ring
I know what
many
ring you
days
want.
ago.
I know what ring you want. Okay. All right. I feel stupid asking this, but I'm pretty sure I know which one.
Yeah, you definitely do. You know it. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why you didn't know?
If
I think I
that
know which
is
ring
what
it is.
you
Everyone knows what
require,
ring. Everyone knows what ring it is.
Yeah.
What kind of ring is it?
you don't know?
I really think
The ring he's been asking for all campaigns so
I
far.
know.
Ring of Freya?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. There's one for sale here for 32,000 gold.
That was a bold play.
Oh, Nocty Poo.
If that is what you require of me, I can humbly accept. But I hate that you've done this.
You make a wonderful maid of honor. Perhaps best man.
I roll my eyes.
This will be the most sacrilegious wedding of all time. I think you made an enemy of Hera. But that never changes for any patron that's not hers.
If anything, even better.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, the other guardians are going to be less likely to want to work with you now.
Why not? They could love me.
Who knows who'll be around?
They see how
That's a
sincere
lot.
I am.
All right. The Renaissance it's not a party night, but there are denizens on the first floor.
Oh, look at that.
You see the barkeep working. You would see Julia kind of notice you guys come in. The Calamity is here, everyone. Welcome.
Oh, look
Riku
behind
walks
us.
in.
My princess wave.
Look
What
behind us
brings
as
you
he says
guys
that.
to the Renaissance?
I believe I have an item on hold that I've come to claim.
Down the stairs.
This is ridiculous.
Remember how to get there? You go down the stairs and
Let's do there's like at least in Gods and Kings, there was like a hidden door. Well,
Bat cave.
yeah, that cave.
make your way there.
Type
You
in
go
my
right in.
password.
And you see Blip working behind the counter. Barbie drawing on the floor. Well, you seem terrifying. What can I do for you?
I was in here, I guess, about week and a half ago, 2 weeks, and asked for the Ring of Freya that you had. And I guess, come with the funds.
He sets it out.
Out inspect it. It's currently gemless, right?
Yep.
Beautiful. Gideon will pull out is it still 32? Would you raise it? Or lower it?
Oh.
It is my wedding day, after all.
You can barter if you'd like.
A day, really?
I mean,
How much is the ring?
it's 32,000. But I think it's worth.
I carry that much on my person.
It's fine. To barter for one's wedding ring would be a little bit scandalous. I guess I owe it. Perhaps I'm feeling sentimental.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna give you 15K.
No. Keep your money. Gideon will front the full 15 or full
Oh.
32.
You got time. The Black Court has something up for sale that probably intrigue you guys, considering your prior employment.
Oh.
Tomorrow evening, a focal point will be on sale.
Focal point to who?
The one that belonged to Xenocles, the focal point of Uranus.
Oh. There's something
Who's
interesting.
that one?
Huh?
Oh, I'm talking to Gideon.
Sky, right? Uranus, you said?
Damn it.
Let's just say someone found the demise of a Doomly group of people, and in that there was a focal point.
Interesting. Well, I'm in no position quite yet to make any grand bids. So,
Might be useful to find out who buys it, considering
true. But I'm sure I could ask you after the thing.
that's fair. Which one of you is Orion? He wouldn't say I just.
Yeah.
I am both.
I am they.
Special
Understood.
delivery for you. We take the mail of all members. If you have a chip, I can give you your mail.
I believe I have a few.
Yeah, we did.
Give him one.
We hand you a box that is fully sealed.
It's a bomb.
Cannot be opened unless you dispel it.
A disruption work in this case.
It should. But no one else has seen it. I just merely am delivered.
And should I open this here?
If it was dangerous to my establishment, we would have spotted it already.
Is there a letter?
No letter.
What color is the wrapping paper?
Red and black.
Red and white.
You know what it is.
Okay. Disrupt it and open it. What be inside?
You find a journal.
A journal. Any titles?
There's on the inside of the book. You see familiar symbols to your grimoire.
People can read this one, right? Okay.
You can inspect it.
Yeah, but like away from. I don't know if I like. Y'all got to know such evil spells. I got her on the right path right now.
Who? Me or Fiona?
You. You almost sold your soul today.
No, I didn't sell my soul. I only sold. I got a job for a few years.
That's what you're wearing.
I only got
What you
employed.
gather is the book has. Go ahead, Celeste. I interrupt you.
No, that's fine.
The journal is The journal is a kind of an understanding of how to prepare for a certain types of spells. Handling of weaves outside of your ability, as well as gives some examples with 3 different spells.
These spells
for
being
advantageous protection.
See, they're not bad.
Spear of Destiny.
Spear of Destiny.
And the Toll of the Soul. No, sorry, wrong one. Armor of the Mist. So
Armor
their
of
spell
the Mist.
levels 1, 3, and 6.
okay.
But you'd have to spend some time looking to kind of gather what they do.
Okay. I'll just pocket it,
Uh,
but
But it's basically the thought process in how to utilize these weaves that you keep running across. How to handle them without the adverse effects of handling them.
right, like a little hidey way through it.
Yeah. It allows you to tamper but without being seen.
Hope you need it.
I'm sure Yaga likes that.
And kind of like give you like a brief of it, right? Of what the journal's talking about. In his discoveries, he has learned the start of the process of utilizing the 3 weaves of magic. Nothing is inescapable from at least one weave. He said divine magic typically supersedes mortal magic, which you and Yaga use a lot. But not even the most pious person can avoid the primordial weave. Yaga's memory shows you that seems to be the most dangerous, right?
Mm.
He says to up the ante on the casting of these spells. Sometimes it requires spending concentrated amounts. So when I originally wrote this, it was spell slots. But in this case, it would be essence. So he talks about how unlocking a divine spell, i.e. being able to cast it without harming you, requires you casting a low-level spell with 3 times the amount of essence required for that spell. So say you're doing like a 3rd level and you want it to have like the divine marking. You would need to spend 9 essence to do so, right?
Mm-hmm.
It even is amplified further by an additional 9 times the divine amount to get to the primordial area. So a level 3 spell would be 9 times 9, 81 essence to cast it at the primordial level, right?
Mm.
You could see how it would burn essence pretty quickly. He said it says it's not the most efficient way, but it's a brief way of understanding it.
Like a beginner's
Yeah.
clients.
It is a very costly way of utilizing the weaves. But that is the easiest way for a mage at your level not to get harmed when, say, messing with times weave. That doesn't mean that being... Okay.
I assume he did something similar then when he can pretty much work within an infinite, copious amount of time.
He said dedication. It says dedication and preparation is the best way to deal with any of these weaves. If you just jump right in and just, for the sake of exploring, you're going to do more harm to yourself than good. And it basically indicates, as you're reading, what could happen, and you look up at Yaga like, huh. Like, that desire for magic, right?
Yeah.
Coulda, if we were more careful and followed some of the rules that he has listed in there, perhaps that Eros wouldn't have been so harsh about it, because there's a respect level in doing so. And then you start to gather, as you're reading the journal, it's basically someone discovering how to erase someone from existence. It doesn't tell you the spell or how to do it, but you can gather where his thought process is.
Right.
Whoever this mage is, this has got to be his life's work. And what a life, a long life he must have had. Or the counterpart, how good at magic he must be. Advantageous protection : it's an armor enhancement. Makes attacks less effective. So you can actually, while you have this, it lasts 1 round.
What's it called?
Advantageous protection. I don't know if it's on there the way I'm going to be telling you. This is more of end of your first campaign spells.
I'm just making note of the 3.
Yeah.
You say change or something.
Yeah. This armor creates an enchantment that makes attacks less effective. You cannot be crit that round that you use it, and you can use your reaction to lower an attack roll by 10. Might be useful when you're up front swinging your sword, you know what I mean? That is a bonus action spell to cast.
You'd be crit and then minus 10?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a d10, so you roll a d10.
Oh, d10. Okay.
Yeah. Spear of Destiny. The fact that this is a 3rd level spell baffles you. It essentially makes the spear capable of damaging even the divine. And it's not something you hold. It just gets created out of magic and hits the target. Whoever is hit by this spear, until they use their action to pull it out, they're cut off from their gods.
Yep.
It only applies to humanoids on that, just so you know.
Okay.
The last one, the Armor of the Mist, is a way to make, think of like Armor of Agathis, except for it's essentially the only purpose it has is to protect you from Death Mist. So when traveling through the Vale or the Marsh or the Palace of Nyx, you could spend essence to gain an hour of protection. After an hour, I just saw this. After an hour, you have to pass a con save of 24 or die.
Do what?
After an hour, if you stay in this mist for an hour, you have to make a con save of 24 or die.
Gotcha.
So Don't make it
so I
last an
die
hour.
from the spell. Okay.
Join
Yeah,
me,
because
guys. Let's join
you're
me.
creating a mist around you, right, to prevent death mist from affect you. But
So can I
because of
cast
that,
this on somebody?
it is a range of stealth, but
Okay.
perhaps you can work it into touch.
Just curious.
But should you pursue kind of reading this, you're going to gain an understanding of magic. And that is leagues above what you and Yaga do, right?
Mm.
Like, you guys could get there on your own study over a course of years and years and years, right? But this is helping you understand it in layman terms, right? Where you can figure out how to do it. And unlike your book of creation, it's just a journal so people can read it. But each spell is used to explain certain traits. So when you want to study the spell, tell me which spell you're doing, and I will go over the notes for the spell, okay?
Okay. As I'm lost in this journal is like Gideon just watching me.
I mean, Gideon would... I mean, everyone sees it. Like, the runes in there are
Mhm.
unlike anything anyone's seen. Like, even Celeste kind of looking over your shoulder like, what in the Sam hell are you looking at? And then it dawns on you, Celeste, and you just, like, look at it. You're like, oh, I see, I could have done that. I don't know if Celeste is still here.
Oh, I was muted. Whoops.
Mhm.
I pulled a mark. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm so stupid.
Celeste, make an Arcana check. Good.
Okay. Oh, I'll close my sheet. 1 second. Arcana. What did I roll? 26.
26. Just the brief symbols and explanation that you're reading. Person's better at magic than Yaga. Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
Not even Hekate's, what you've seen on Hekate's walls, no one's close to this. And now you and Orion, being casters, have this at your fingertips.
I'm salivating.
Gideon, as you kind of look over at it, there's some use there. But whoever wrote this
Too much of the
is
magic of it.
definitely... Whoever wrote this is definitely on your spectrum.
See?
Blip kind of looks at you. Well, we have delivered your mail. Should we get any others, we will let you know.
Thank you.
I appreciate your fine work here.
And as you guys are kind of making your way out, you see two knights dressed in familiar armor we haven't seen in a while. You saw them in the plains of the grasslands of the Arcadian grasslands by Sparta. You guys would immediately instinctively grab your swords as you see two Justashi knights open the door.
Yeah.
Fun.
And as they open the door, you see Prince Leon walk through.
A blip.
Get out of here.
Go ahead.
If you happen to get in stock a Leviathan scale, would you mind sending a message?
I can put a word out.
That's all I ask.
I will keep my eye open. Continue your guys' great work. We've heard of the great deeds you've done.
That's surprising.
Blip's past the point where your aura would affect him.
Yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be.
The half pints have suffered beyond belief.
Yep. I wouldn't. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't mind him
As
doing-
Prince Leon walks in, my favorite group. How are you? How are the girls? Are they treating you well?
They're functioning beautifully. They're
Awesome.
certainly a boon to be had.
I knew they were a good stock. I'm ashamed I sold them so cheaply.
It's just a testament to your
Generosity.
kindness and generosity.
And what brings you guys to the shop? I'm merely here to acquire the pricing on a few items.
Just a bit of a celebration.
Oh, do tell, I love a celebration.
Just a day to celebrate love, one might say.
Oh, is one of you getting married?
A form of.
Oh, you must do the ceremony at my castle.
Oh Lord.
Well,
I'm good.
Are we welcome then?
Oh, of course. Orion, anytime you'd like to visit, your doors are always open to you.
there are certain events that call us in degree of urgency that we can't exactly take too long traversing Seraphim.
Well, I wouldn't traverse Seraphim if I were you. I'd just teleport to my home gate, but if you want to, Seraphim's open to you to explore.
Well, if you would make the introduction to ours and introduce him to your gate, perhaps we could make that
Is
trip.
he the old holier than thou kind of guy? Is he that pompous goody two shoe?
Don't think we have any of those in our party.
It's one you did. I kind of like people that are okay with doing both good and bad. Lets me know that everything's on the table. Except for you, Orion. Us Exandrians. Stick together.
Not sure how to take that. I know nothing about the world I had left behind.
Well, I have some history books. Not a lot, but I do have some. My library didn't really survive the transfer very well. I've been slowly rebuilding, but finding books on your home realm in a place like this is quite difficult. I see that you guys got the name Calamity. That is so fortuitous and ironic.
No idea why.
This is not a name to be feared. The Calamity is God's righteous punishment to those who dared to step too close to the sun, or something like that.
Sounds awfully holier than thou.
I am holier than thou.
I wouldn't mind putting a couple holes into you.
Oh, sorry, say that again? I didn't hear you.
Anyways,
What have you been up to currently?
I've been on a pilgrimage, some would say. An angel asked me to find a child. Us being kin, he thought that I would be interested in. Me personally, that's what patrons are for. That's what they're paid for. But I did send my knights into the marsh. So maybe they'll find something.
Oh. So it's good that was left on people listening.
Oh, I mean, I hope they don't find her, but
why not?
not because I don't want her found. An angelic demi-child being captured in the marshes. This looks bad on us all. But my knights aren't really investigators.
It's just brutes.
More like he knocks on one of his knights' heads. Empty shells. What are you inciting?
Why he doesn't want her to be found.
And he explains it. His knights are cursed. They listen to him, but if they're too far away, they just do whatever they want. And what they want is to kill every living thing.
Oh, that's spicy.
I mean, I tried curing them, but fortunately, impossible. The only cure I have is if they're close to me, they obey my orders.
Here's
You stab yourself when you see one of them stab itself. See? No regard to their own safety.
question. You're doing this as a favor to another angel.
Yes.
If you find the girl, what are you going to do? Turn her over or just report that she's been found?
If my knights get any inkling of an angel, I'll know, and then I'll just casually mention it. But I have no real interest in it. The outside of an angel child being captured makes us look bad. Not exactly on the same spectrum as my kin.
Well, you don't want this girl to be found by your knight alone and suffer the consequences. So why don't we accompany your knights?
They're already there.
We'll be there in the morning as well.
But I won't be, so avoid my knights.
Surely you have a way to detect your knights.
I do. But I'll be honest with you. Unless Ryan was in danger, I would not come to you.
And if your knights put Orion in danger?
Perhaps.
What specifically controls the night?
I'm afraid that is our highest mage is the reason why they were made. I just asked them to be programmed to follow me, no matter what our cause was. And he accomplished that, but in the task of doing so, he failed dramatically because, as you can see, they do listen to me and they don't feel pain. If I step more than 200 feet away from them, they would kill everyone in here.
200 feet.
We faced them before, but they're not there.
Some of them don't belong to me. Some of them belong to whatever red portal looking motherfucker is.
Oh.
But mine are pretty simple to discover. His are blue, mine are black armored.
Does he not know the name?
No, he wasn't the one that did any of it.
Okay, so he generally doesn't know the name of the slash.
He doesn't know how they were made. He has no idea what's cursing him outside of the fact that he can make them stab themselves. They don't have any regard for pain. They're dreadfully good at combat. He can't heal them.
How much for one?
They're not for sale.
They're nothing to you.
They're mine. No one else
They're
has them.
yours. Well, somebody else has them.
Ask him then.
I feel like we have a better rapport with you.
Then I'm respectfully declining your offer.
Sure.
You seem different.
Yes.
It's time to.
I tell you what. Let
He's
me
glowing,
make a
you
counter.
could say.
Let me make you a counter offer. If you happen to find information on it, and you let me know, I will pay you in one shape or form. Not a knight, looking at you, Gideon, but I do have valuable relics that aren't seen in the mainland.
Wait, sorry. What does he want? He wants information on
You know how Theos paid you for finding information?
Uh-huh.
Prince Leon will pay you for information.
On the
The
knights or
the demi-child. The Oracle.
oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Just information or for her retrieval and
If you
turnover
bring her
you?
to my palace,
Mm,
outside of a night, I would give you... I'd give you land.
Hmm.
A castle, a town. Relics, weapons.
and what would you do with a oracle?
I'd find out why that she was sought after, see what abilities she has, and return her to my kin.
Was this part of your kin?
As I said, I am of the same being, though on a different spectrum.
Okay.
Some call them greater kings, and I find that bemusing. Because how can they be greater kings than I? What have they done that's so valuable? All they do is hide away. But I have business here, so... Orion, he looks at you, kind of gives you a hug. It's always a pleasure being around someone of my equal.
Always a pleasure to be near you as well.
And he walks up to Blip. Blip, I need the pricing on the focal points. What would be the minimum bid? And you hear Blip kind of begrudgingly giving him information. The minimum bid starts out at 250,000 gold.
Well, I
It's a
don't
focal
know.
point of it's a focal point of a primordial.
Yep. Sorry.
And the knights kind of look at you guys like they know you, and then wait for you to leave and shut the door.
Kill them both.
Huh?
Fight them both.
Fight them both.
As you guys make your way out of the shop, we'll call it there.
Thank you for session.
What? Oh, thank you, Celeste.
Yeah, thank you, Celeste.
No, thank you, Celeste.
Yeah, thank you.
Very happy on birthday to you.
We're about to have the wildest wedding.
Who's getting married?
Oh, you weren't there. You didn't hear what Gideon did.
No.
No?
You should
Did you take a little
re-listen.
snooze?
You should go